ね、こちらの我々のチームが試しに作ってみたもんなんです。
So this is something that I just kind of whipped up on my own to show you here, Morgan.
多分このコースがたくさんの人が記憶にこう深く、
Looks very familiar to me.
Yeah, and Mr. Teska says that a lot of people are probably going to be familiar with
that didn't used to be there.
Seeing here.
Whoa.
But there may be some differences.
少しだけこういう風にね変えてるんですよ。
You may notice a few things you don't remember. I think you can handle this though.
Yeah, this is a very slight remake. Oh, we got a wiggler. That wasn't there either. Yeah, this is fun. This is just I like it. This is like a remix light.
少しリミックスバージョンの1の1。
ほんの少しね。
Just a little.
I think you talked about these gaps in the digital event. These exact gaps here.
Yeah.
There's an event でこのギャップの話をしましたね。
そうですね。
That's right.
Oh, buddy. Hey, I use that same.
ちょっとびっくりしたでしょ。
Were you surprised by that one?
I was surprised by that one. That one gives me a shock every time. I love that.
そう、モーガンさんもチャンピオンシップで同じような仕組みを使ってポワーンって。
すごいひどいコースを作りましたよね。
でもちょっと物足りない。
Yeah, that was a good level.
Yeah,
maybe that wasn't enough for you, Mr. Teska.
Yeah, that one felt pretty good. It was like 1-1 with a little twist, but I think you guys would love to show us how, with Mario Maker, you can make edits quickly and you can remix things and change courses and fly. So you guys are going to work up a little treat for me here, and
yeah. でもマリオメーカーならではの
そうですね。手塚さん、宮本さんたちが
じゃあちょっと2人でカスタマイズしてみます。
And I'm actually going to be, they're going to blindfold me here so that I don't know what's being done, and then I'm going to have to play this thing blind.
So yeah, the two of them are going to.
そうで、モーガンさんがブラインフォールドをかけて何を作ってるか見えないようにしておきます。
このスキンをちょっと他のものにしたい。
変えるわけ。
うん。何がいいかな。
そうこれ。
So we're gonna use this palette here. We can change the skin if we want to. When we tap up here in the left corner.
So let's go with the most recent game skin here.
どうこれ。綺麗でしょ。
変わりましたね。
It's pretty looking good.
で、次シーンを地上から別のものにしようかな。
Okay, so we're gonna switch from a ground type level.
So you can just change it completely.
水ね。水中に変えます。
Let's go with an underwater level.
さっきまで地上だったけど、今度水中。
So we were in just an overworld stage before this, but
yeah, but Morgan's really good, so you need to put a bunch of obstacles in there. Just put a whole bunch. A lot of Goombas.
もう無造作にいっぱい置くね。僕割と作るときにテーマを決めるんですよ。このコースは例えば群馬がいっぱいとか。
So I like to decide on a theme when I'm making my courses, and Goombas are kind of becoming a theme here.
Put a lot of holes and things like that in there.
群馬地獄とかね。
そうそう。どうこんなぐらい。
もうちょっとびっくりするやつをなんか入れるとか。
Maybe you could do a few more. There we go. Oh, can you do something that'll make them bigger?
そこらにいる群馬をキノコで大きく。
じゃあキノコで大きくして、違う。でこれを例えばここに。
Oh, okay. So that's how you do that. Right. Get another mushroom and put another one in there.
どうかな。ちょっと大きすぎたかな。全然大丈夫かな。ちょっとおまけしてあげなきゃね。スターをあげる。
We'll put a superstar right here.
よし。はい。こんなくらい。はい。じゃあこれぐらいで。
This should be enough.
はい。プレイしてみてもらえますか。
Okay.
はい。
Morgan, I think they're ready for you. Oh, can't hear me.
Yeah, he was being serious. Maybe he might have fallen asleep.
So if that wasn't clear, I had a blindfold and
he doesn't have jet lag like me though.
Are you ready?
I'm ready.
Okay, good luck.
It's clearly water now.
Switch toしてみたんだけど。
To see if did they still leave me my. Thank you. Thank you for leaving me.
Mushrooms still in the same
place. It's like
a
flooded 1-1 basically.
あそこにスター隠しておいて面白いですね。
Mr. Tezuka says there may be something that could help you back at the beginning if you want to check it out.
上から踏めるんですよ。
慎重ですよね。
Yeah, Morgan's.
You'll see the Goombas are now swimming and attacking you from above.
I love that.
There you go.
せっかく目隠ししてたのに教えてあげる。優しいよね。
That's very nice. He showed him right where that was with the, by putting it in a question mark.
やっぱ気持ちよく遊ぶ。
And now this will let you kind of play the course in a carefree way, so until it runs out.
全然なんかめっちゃ楽みたいですね。
優しすぎて。
It's too. This is too easy for
They're
them.
worried that-
Yeah, I should have made this a little more difficult.
でもすごいでしょ。なんかちょっとしたことで全然違うコースに変わったりする。
But it is. I mean, you can see right away.
It doesn't-
You
it
you add a few things and suddenly this course is.
It doesn't feel like the same course at all.
全
I'm
然
having fun
普通
swimming
の
over here, too.
1の1の感じではなくなりましたね。
そうだからもっと一から作れなくてもね、こうして入ってるコースをちょっとこういじるだけでもアレンジするだけでも楽しいんでね。
So yeah, it's nice that you don't have to start from scratch. You can even just begin by editing courses that are already in the game.
Wiggler got you there.
It's all right.
Oh, you got him.
I haven't played underwater in a while.
You gonna jump back in?
Yeah, I'm gonna jump back in. I'm gonna start
From
one
the
more
start.
time.
じゃあやり直しですね。
もう一回やるの？
Yeah, you gonna do it again, Morgan?
Yeah, I'm just gonna try one more time.
あ、
No
すごい
star.
もうそんな取っちゃダメだ。
Oh, you don't need that. You shouldn't get that.
I want it. I'm gonna see if I didn't test this the first time, but this pipe was always in 1-1. This pipe was always a down pipe.
まあ最初の時はテストしなかったんですけども。覚えていればこの土管は確かに入れると覚えがありましたんで。
あ、そうでしょ。懐かしいでしょ。
Yeah, I'm sure that's a little nostalgic for you.
It's
Yeah.
it's
Whoa,
very
buddy.
very nostalgic.
Oh, I knew that. I thought maybe you changed it.
Yeah, you may have already seen
書い
that
たかと思っ
previously.
たっ
ちょってと。ね、意地悪ですね。
That's so mean.
あ
There you go.
あ、行き過ぎてしま
全
う。
然物足
He
りな
went
かった
over the flagpole.
I'm worried that wasn't enough for you though.
いや、
Nice, good job.
ちょっとね、優しすぎたね。
That was too easy.
Too easy. It was very fun though and relaxing.
まあでも本当にリラックスできて楽しかったんですよ。
今度モーガンさんが作ってみますか。
So, do you want to try making a little something on top of this now, or do
Oh,
something
sure,
else?
yeah. So
Okay.
I'll mix it up a bit, and I don't think we have enough blindfolds for both of you, but let me just
Yeah.
I'll try to bump it up a
足り
notch.
ないかもしれませんが、
あ、僕たちアドバイスします。
they're gonna give you some advice. So.
Oh, that would be great. So
Okay.
こうしてたほら。
それ
I'm gonna
ちょっ
go.
とアドバイスすればいいんじゃないですか。
I'm gonna go back to Super Mario Bros. If that's okay. Because that's my favorite. I grew up. I got an NES for
まあ
Christmas
子供の
with
時
this
に
game when I was a kid, and that was my first
で
video
初
game.
めて
So.
マリオをプレイしたので、懐かしく思いますので、それでいきます。
But what about the course style? Do you guys have a favorite of these that maybe?
でもコース、
このコースのスタイルの中から何か一番好きなものはあります
just
か？
yeah, go for whichever you like.
Well, how about a castle? Why not?
おう。
おー。
So I think that
I have bad memories of just seeing the castle palette.
I'm just
上
gonna
か
put
ら
some,
群馬がいっぱい降ってきます。
Yeah, you're gonna when you get started, those Goombas are gonna drop on you from above. So,
I'm gonna put some trampolines right at the start just to give you something to get over.
まあ
Maybe
ジャンプ台
maybe a
を
bullet
置い
bill
て
at the top.
じゃああんなとこ
Why
飛べる
not?
かな。
It's a castle, so I think we need some.
It's like right from the start, the difficulty level is quite high.
I think we need some fire bars,
これ
but
宮本さんにプレイしてもらうんですよね。
え僕
So, are you gonna have Mr.
I'm
Miyamoto
going
play
to.
this?
yeah, whoever wants to.
Well,
So I'm gonna add a fire
どなたでも。
bar, and I'm gonna actually attach it to this track. So
せっかく
that
お
should
城
be
に
fun.
設定しましたので、ファイアバーが必須だと思ってます。
うまくプレイできるようにおまけしてください。
Too many Goombas.
Fire
Don't
bar,
so.
man.
Yeah, make sure you can that Mr. Miyamoto can get through this one.
Yeah. Oh, I think so. He's just got to jump over the top there. That shouldn't
You
be too
put a
too
cannon
bad.
right on top of that.
Well, I can move the cannon. I can move the cannon over
まあ
here.
多分あそこを飛べば大丈
Mr.
夫じゃないで
Tezuka
すか。
thinks you should probably drop a couple super mushrooms in
Yeah,
there.
maybe
Ooh,
maybe
yeah.
you should put some more mushrooms in that course. That might be nice.
スターをバーってこう
Maybe a few stars. That might be helpful.
And I'm just gonna show. Let's get somebody fun right out the start.
Mr.
How-
Miyamoto, you can do it. It's okay. 頑張ってください。
we'll maybe put a bomb here.
あれねファイアバーってねゼルダにも使ったよね
そう、ちょうどこれ
同じ
ね、
プログラム一緒に作っててね
Look at the giant bomb there.
ゼルダの伝説とこのスーパーマリオ一緒に作ってたの2人で。
Oh.
Let's put some wings on some of these Goombas here too.
Oh yeah, we the two of us worked together on both The Legend of Zelda and Super Mario Brothers around similar timing, and so we ended up using the fire bar in both games.
I'm
gonna put some vines just for fun.
Pretty incredible, it looks like.
And let's go ahead and get rid of some of these guys again too.
消してくれた。
Oh.
Maybe put some ice blocks in, because why not? Why not?
Be
But
nice.
I'm gonna give you a way through there if you want. So maybe I'll put a shake that,
There you go.
turn red. I like the giant size.
なるほど。
Ah.
なるほ
So
ど。
that should help out with
Okay,
those.
that makes sense.
But it's a castle too, so maybe actually, why not? You guys put me in an underwater course, so why not put something that would usually appear underwater?
さっきのコースは、水中のコースだったんですので、
あ
ゲストを
そう、水中のコースにクリボー
Actually, I'll put
を
a
置いてしまったか
blooper
ら、
here. Actually,
普通に
why don't I
水
put
中
those
の
on
コー
top
ス
of
に
the
出るも
Goombas?
のをこの
Attach
コー
those.
スに置いておいて。
なんか変なコ
Maybe
ース。
put those on top of there, and then what can we put inside? What can we put
You
inside?
should put some superstars in there.
How about
Oh my goodness.
that?
well,
And we
何でもありですね。
showed this off, and then we see. How about we should give that a little shake? Turn it into that stiletto Goomba. Put that in the other one.
Wow.
やっ
I
ぱ
don't
り
know.
手塚さんがチャレンジすることになる。
I think maybe Mr. Tezuka should
多分
should
宮本さん
try
が
this little
喜
challenge
ん
here.
でくれると思う。
Oh no, I
Do
think Mr.
you, wanna-
Miyamoto would
you guys
actually
want to give it a
enjoy
try?
playing this.
いやもう今手
遊んでみますか？
そう。
僕はちょっとじゃあ遊んで。
はい。
All right, I'll try to
手塚
play
さ
a
ん今
little
のうち
bit.
に作戦を考えといて。
じゃあちょっと
So
考えよう。
Tezuka-san, I need you to think about what our strategy is going to be here.
So just press the minus button there.
Oh, there we go.
慎重ですね。
Okay, that was easy.
There we go.
And it's amazing how quickly, obviously we started with a simple palette that looked like 1-1, and like you still see those touchstone elements, but things change so quick once you
今
start
まで
changing
ジャン
the
プ台
style.
の上にジャンプ台なんか置けなかったんですよ。
Yeah. No, previously in Mario games, we haven't been able to put a trampoline on a trampoline like this. It's just.
Yeah.
さっきモーガンも言いましたが、コースタイプだけ変えれば、大きくコースの感じが、変えてきますね。Oh, there's no rail on that.
Yeah, I must have forgot to
こ
attach
れ
that
難しい
one.
ね。
Nice.
Nice. Ooh. Got through that part with relative
Oh
ease.
gosh.
It's getting hairy
あ
now.
の普通に乗ればいいのに。
Oh,
Yeah.
nice. Oh.
Oh, that was great. Good job.
頑張りましたね。
あ
ちょっとじゃあ面白いこと
あ、ちょっと
してみます。
慎重さが足りなかったですね。
That was awesome.
I wasn't careful
さあこ
enough.
ういうものが。
Oh, Mr. Tezuka's going to take a shot now, but I think he just pulled a
こ
secret
れはマリオ
weapon out.
30周年のためのアミーボです。
So, you should know that there is also a 30th anniversary.
Maybe we can get a closer shot of that really quick on the
Yeah.
full screen.
これをちょっとかざしてみますね。
Okay.
お、なんかすごい変な
That
記録
is
が
the
出てきました。
30th
Got it.
anniversary Mario amiibo.
Special looking item has entered the course
これ
here.
を
He just dropped in a big mushroom. Oh, he tapped it again.
Wow.
He's given himself another big mushroom. This is something we've only seen this in the
I know.
Treehouse very
Well,
recently.
yeah.
これでセットして。
I've actually not seen
Yeah.
this very much at all.
うん。これでちょっと。
There we go. We've got a
プレイ
shot
して
up
みて
now
く
for
だ
you
さい
guys at home.
あ、もう
行って。
あ、
That's okay.
Yeah, you need to play this, Mr. Tezuka.
頑張ってください。
He's just got to remember where he put that mushroom.
Yeah, I think there it is. Okay.
どうこれ。ちょっとブランカンの表現になったでしょ。
So this actually kind of brings back
Whoa!
that.
Wait, Louis! What the?
There's-
Did you guys see what's going
あ
What is happening?
So that was Luigi flying like out of the bullet bill. I think he put him. I think he gave himself another one of those somewhere. I don't remember where he put it.
あ、しまった。
Oh. Wow.
Let's see you start over again and get that big mushroom one more time so we can see
もう
that
一度
again.
最初から戻って
よし。
始め
I just want people to understand what they just saw. He scanned.
もう一度ビッグマッシュルーム
He scanned the 30th anniversary amiibo,
これ
Mario
普通のマッ
amiibo.
シュルームで。
which allowed him to put a big mushroom power up into his course, which is allowing him to bust through bricks. The Goombas appear to be wearing Mario hats and have mustaches.
でこれが過去のテレビのエフェクトもついてますよね。
And Mr. Tezuka stated earlier that you know, you can see the graphics.
So Morgan, it looks like Morgan.
Look at that backwards hat on the Koopa Troopa.
But it looks kind of like an old school CRT graphic.
今倒しちゃったからクリアできなくなったかな。
大丈夫大丈夫いける。
Luigi.
ルイージが飛んでる。
Luigi's flying through there.
I know.
Hey.
What is happening? Oh, poor Luigi.
He's just dominating right now.
Yeah, you got it.
さっき入れなかった。
I think it might be in there.
Yeah, you put another one.
Oh! Those burning cheap sheeps are
全然うまくい
dangerous.
けなかった。
And what's nice, and we can just show too, as you're making courses, like if you just tap play, it'll drop you.
Right.
It drops you right back where you. And this is more an example of how it would work. As you're making courses, you're able to hop right back into where you
作り
died.
ながらもうその瞬間でまたすぐに遊べるっていう仕組みになってます。
ニューマリオに変えたら。
え、これでニューマリオに変えましょうか。
What happens if you change this to the new Super Mario Brothers look here?
レッツゴー。巨大が出る。
音楽も変わりますね。
そうか。
Oh, but it's okay. 何度も
ニューの方が難しいですね。
そうですね。
That's really hard.
Yeah,
You made a hard one there.
And I think it really shows just how quickly you can sort of change things up. And you guys talked in the digital event about how back in the day you had to make edits to courses, you actually had to use other pieces of see-through graph paper and
makers there on the far right. This is a section of the game that really celebrates those kind of skilled course creators. So as players are making game levels that people like, you're going to be able to find those pretty easily there.
you can see little stats there, like you can star courses, you can see how many people have played your courses online. There's going to be all these little things you can follow to once you have your creation.
And if you like I mean, if you're a fan of a creator, you could actually follow them. That way you can actually see all of their new courses. So Mary here, we can see she's got some really cool courses. If we want to know the next one she makes, we can see that. But finally, if we get into courses, this is a great area where you can just go in and find some courses. There's a sort by featured. These are courses that you might see that are featured by Nintendo at the time, maybe some really good courses. Or you might see star ranking. You can tap that to see. This is just straight up, when you complete a course, you can give it a star, or even just play. You don't have to complete it if you like it. And it's kind of like courses ranked in popularity. Then you've got the up-and-coming courses. These are new courses that maybe haven't been ranked or played yet.
Yeah, and what we're seeing right now is courses that people have actually at E3 are able to make courses on the various stations we have, and they've been uploading ones. We also brought a lot of sample courses to E3 that I think show off a lot of different features of what you can do with Super Mario Maker. Because it's one thing to start with a blank slate, and make something, which might take a little time. You can make something as short or as long as you want, but we have all these sample courses to show off these different sort of like little nuggets of an idea or of something that inspire the maker and the player.
So I thought it might be a fun idea to challenge you guys. I actually know these courses front and back. So Ethan, Morgan, if you guys are up for it, I can choose kind of a sampling and see maybe which one of you guys is up for the challenge today.
Let's do it. I'm ready.
So Ethan's going to go first. And yeah, it's true. Like, people probably don't believe it, but Ethan and I were so busy helping localize the game, and I was working on a couple courses myself for a different purpose for the NWC that I didn't see any of these sample courses we brought. So it should be fun for us just to see this.
Disclaimer, I apologize in advance if I'm terrible.
So I'm actually going to tap this button on the left where we've got some sorting options, and right now it's on easy. We do not want any easy courses. So I'm going to go to normal and start Ethan out with a normal course. And I'm going to hand pick a course. Now, easy, normal, expert, that's determined online dynamically by how many percentage of people complete the course, right? So I'm going to choose one called Magic Koopa Meltdown. It's one of my favorites. Okay. If you look in the lower left, though, it's got a 28% completion rate. But we'll see what Ethan can do here. Ethan's just going to go ahead and push play, get us started. We'll see some Super Mario Maker.
I'm excited to see this, too. Obviously, I'm not blindfolded or something. I'm going to get some hints, but we're just having fun here. We're just going to each take a shot at these and see what we can do.
This is going to be a course in the style of Super Mario Brothers 3, one of my favorites.
Do you want to still here or do you want to start I think that what was that course title again? Magic Koopa.
This course was named Magic Koopa Meltdown, and you can give a course name. You can name a course anything you want to, of course, but it's really important to name it something that's going to be memorable here.
Yeah, you
got tons of Magic Koopas and brick blocks. As they shoot those brick blocks, they're going to be turning into enemies. Oh my God! Have you played this course yet, Ethan?
Once briefly. I'm kind of busy right now.
I thought the meltdown might have something to do with Magic Koopa. It's actually Ethan who's melting down right now.
Oh my God!
Oh my God!
Go back! Get the fire flower.
And you can see Magic Koopa's like a lot of people may think they know what Magic Koopa, but you can see him shooting his spell out, and that spell affects the course. So it's pretty fun to watch.
So it's
that.
like every time you play it, it's different because random enemies are coming out of these brick blocks. It's kind of mean. I'm sorry to start you out with this one.
No, I love that.
Not really though.
You go, just go.
Oh my God! Go left! No, reload.
Reload.
All right, let's see if he can get there.
Cheap Sheep goes down hard there. Just go for it. Get in there. Get in there.
Oh,
Yes.
Nicely done.
Oh, nice work. That was
so at
good.
the end of a course, though, just as an FYI, you can star a course, comment on a course. Ethan's actually going to give it a comment really quickly. So as he types in a message,
it's really neat because when you comment on courses, you can actually, he's doing it after the fact, like making a sort of a comment like, I beat it, maybe that was awesome. But you can also comment while you're playing courses. So if you got to a part of a course that you were like, oh, that's so dirty, or like you trolled me here, or you're like, that was the coolest little feature, you can just leave a little note, and the creator the next time, they might take a peek at the notes they got.
Yeah, from the World Championship, maybe some like tips in those doors the other night would have helped, and be like, don't go in door
I think there's going to be a lot of nope stickies in those.
So Morgan, do you want to try that one? Do we want to move on to another one?
No, Ethan, if we clear the first try, let's just move on to another one.
All right, so Ethan did very well in the normal courses, so I'm going to ratchet up to expert level, and I only want to find levels online that are
Corey's being mean to you straight off the bat.
Maybe,
do you want to switch spots with me?
How about, do we want to do Body is Ready? You want to try this one?
Is your body ready? We're going to find out.
So Morgan's going to be taking on a course that's in the style of Super Mario Brothers. Got a little bit of Mystery Mushroom.
Oh, yeah. Straight off the bat, we've got some craziness here.
He's taken on the costume of Wii Fit Trainer.
Get some calisthenics in.
You can hear the sound effects of Wii Fit Trainer.
Nice. Smooth moves.
Oh, Morgan. Oh, doing
splits. I like that. Very nice.
Ryan's going to be tricky.
If he taps up on the plus control pad, he'll actually do a pose as with Wii Fit Trainer as well.
I'm just going to... What?
Stunting.
See, arrows are tricky.
All right. This course is all about platforming, though. They kind of themed. We themed this course.
You're getting maximum style points.
Wow,
though.
where are you going?
Oh
no.
That's
okay. So all those X's are where other folks have also perished.
Right. I love that feature. You can see where everybody else failed, but only after the fact.
Morgan's trying again.
Mystery Mushroom.
So
there you go.
I will say, I think some folks probably saw the Mystery Mushrooms appear in the trailer. If you tap an amiibo to the gamepad, you're able to bring in one of the...
there you go.
Whatever character you have and have it create a Mystery Mushroom. It does work in the Super Mario Brothers theme only, and you kind of get to use the animations and sound effects of that character. It's kind of, you take on a costume, not the character itself, but...
This could be the underwater debut for the Wii Fit Trainer. I'm not sure she's ever been in a situation like this before.
Morgan's very focused now. I'm just like looking at him.
He's dialed in. Oh gosh!
Oh no, you lost it.
You're still okay though. So you can see though, you shake off your costume Mario, and then you revert back to normal Mario.
Easy does it. Do a pose.
You got this. Oh yeah!
Nice.
Styling.
Get
Very
that great
nice.
Wii Fit music.
Wow.
I guess my body was ready. I had never played that before.
That was your first time playing it? Well, that was your second time playing it. You died. You fell the first time. So, Some other folks you can see commented there.
Right.
And whenever you complete a course, too, there are sometimes some recommendations at the bottom that you can see.
Right, and this is kind of a glimpse of what you're going to get in that community aspect of courses. As soon as you complete something, you're going to see, all the other comments people have left, which is really cool.
Ethan, are you up again?
I think it's my turn.
All right. Well, I am going to stay here. You guys are like 2 for 2 now. I obviously got to.
No, I died once. I went for it.
Well, I know, but you both beat the courses. I don't want you to beat it at all. So
these are fun though. I know that a lot of people. It was fun to sort of get these sample courses ready because, a game like Super Mario Maker, it allows you to make courses, but someone's got to make the content. So I know we had people in the Treehouse making sample courses. We had guys at NCL making sample courses. It was just because you need that full. It's really hard to show everything this thing can do in 1 or 2.
This course was made by one of our coworkers in the Treehouse. It's called Buckle Up Clown Ride Part 2.
I love Clown.
So, I don't know if Ethan's ready for this one. This one is the Super.
Already telling me I'm gonna
That's a good example of one of those in-course comments that. And of course, if you maybe you can always toggle those off. If you don't like seeing other people's comments while you're playing a course, it's not like you can choose to display them or not.
You can toggle them off, and you can also set them to display on the TV only. So if you want to play on the gamepad, other folks might still like that on the TV.
Oh, I love me some Koopa Clown Car.
This feels like a little shooter here. This is an auto-scrolling portion of the level. Oh man. With no fire flower, this is going to be a little challenging.
There's a fire flower. Get it.
Oh, you just don't want to.
Oh no.
And you can see all those.
one more try?
I mean, how many do you need?
Let me try.
How many?
Yeah, let me try.
Ethan had the controller taken from him.
Oh,
That's what often happens in the Treehouse.
I knew that was going to happen inevitably, but. All right, Morgan, pressure's on. I think the bar's been set pretty low, though, by me, so.
To get
Was that
past
the
where you
first
got.
hammer?
There will.
First
Okay,
hammer got you.
so Rob, our creator here, actually was kind of nice. He did create some more fire flowers for you,
Right.
but my goodness.
I could not get that one. I missed my trajectory.
Oh,
and
no.
Just skated right past
There
it.
you go.
There you go. Good job. Oh, no. There you go. Get that other one. Nice.
Hold on, I need to get my boot here.
You're getting your boot? Oh, no. That shoe Goomba was riding in the clown car for a second. There you go. Hit switches. Keep going. You
Wow.
got it.
It's
Look out.
Oh my God. Oh no, the Bill
got it.
Blaster is shooting fire flowers.
Oh gosh. How
What?
did you not?
Get the fire flower down there. It's shooting fire flowers. Get it. There you go.
Nice. Okay.
Yo, you don't want me giving you tips? Okay.
He likes it.
There you had a Magic Koopa riding on a flying wiggler.
Morgan, I'm disappointed in myself by watching how well you're doing.
Got some one-way walls. That's a really fun. These one-way walls here, these are really cool. That's a new feature that wasn't in the courses, but you can see
Try
how
to
once
go
I go
back.
through,
Yep.
it's just a really cool thing that you can use to sort of make courses in a new style. We saw a lot of those in the NWC final.
Oh, I love when Morgan
no.
starts talking and explaining things because that's when he takes
So
a hit.
I
That was a devious bomb.
I think
though.
these coins are spelling good luck, which makes me a little nervous.
Good luck.
Oh my gosh. Oh, yeah, I don't think you can take the clown car into the pipe. Nicely
right.
done, though.
All right.
Putting me to
Little
shame there.
finale here. Oh. It's almost like a little
Okay.
boss encounter here.
Whoa, look
Got
out.
Bowser and some rocky wrenches. Bowser guarding the P-switch. Oh, Bowser just like...
Do it, dude.
Bowser's backing it up to the goal pole there.
What? Oh my gosh. Nicely done. Wow.
Morgan with the finish.
But I'm already feeling that feeling I used to have as like a 6-year-old playing Super Mario Brothers. Give me that controller again. I need another crack at that. But I know we're moving on.
We're moving
I'll
on
try
for
it again
now.
later.
That was fun.
Somebody had a comment
that was
there
fun.
as
And
well.
Rod, did you say Rob made that? It's cool because like now I can go and say, I had no idea he had made that one for this. So.
All right.
This up again.
All right.
Here, I'll
Where?
select the course.
Yeah. Well,
There you go. I need redemption.
you want redemption. So again, I'm gonna go to all. Do you want to say an expert? I mean, do you want me to go down to easy for you?
I can't back off the expert. I got to give it at least.
So I'm just going to mention it again in case people just tuned in or missed it the first time. That you're not making a course and then saying it's an expert course. You're making a course, uploading it online, and then depending on how many people play it, what the clear rate is, all that, the system is sort of allowing you to choose, which is kind of neat because you might make a course that you think is easy and it turns out hard, or you might make one that's hard and it turns out easy.
And I really like to play with my family as well. They're not as they don't have as many years of Super Mario Brothers on them to know.
Oh,
all
actually,
the moves,
I actually have seen this one. I don't think Ethan has, and I'm really excited for this one.
So this one's called Beetle Surfing. Oh, Ethan knows the trick. This is a new item.
Wait for it.
It's basically a buzzy beetle kind of shell on your helmet that you get to wear as a helmet.
Oh,
and
he's onto it.
Ethan knows what he needs to do, but can he do it is another question.
I don't know if I can.
I'm not sure who made this one. If it was somebody in the Treehouse or somebody on the dev team.
This was
or what,
one of our coworkers over in Japan, I believe. Oh no.
Oh.
I feel like. Do you want to give him one more shot at that one?
Oh yeah, let him try this one a couple times. I was really inspired by this one actually. I actually know that. And like we saw that, when we were all working together to get these sample courses ready for E3, Eric and I saw this one, and it inspired us to go back and tweak some of the NWC courses to add an element like that, which is really neat. Like where you can gain inspiration from when you're making courses is really cool.
Do a small tap. Small tap.
Come on, baby jump, jump.
Not the full A. There you go. Oh. Morgan is like. He's got a fire in his belly saying, "Give me that."
You might want to put one on your head first, though.
Look at all those.
I'm gonna let you go.
Morgan is taking it over.
Not my day.
He has played it, so he should do better.
Yeah. See, if you get that that buzzy helmet right there, that's gonna at least allow you to take one hit and keep on going.
Oh, here we go. Get that timing.
Yeah,
down,
you've got
baby.
the idea. I was trying to.
Oh yeah, and he's not even looking where he's going. Oh, why'd you jump off? What were you doing?
I forgot.
A little premature jumping there.
That's stressful.
You get excited, It's like.
Well, you see some of those.
You got munchers, you got coins. There's all kinds of stuff happening.
So it's funny, actually. When I played this level, I didn't go to the left. I just went over to the right to get my helmet. All right, come on.
You got the strategy figured out, though.
Third time's the charm. Oh, timing was just a little off there.
One more try.
One more try.
But it's hard to put it down, though. I mean, this is the same feeling I used to have as a kid. You just don't want to stop until you get it right.
All right, now he's setting it up. Oh, there we go.
Okay.
Hang on. Oh no! Why would you jump? Why would you jump?
I don't know. One more try.
Why?
You want to give this?
I want to give this a try. I'm taking the gamepad.
We're going to Corey the Pro. I know that this
is apparently going to.
This one might be painful. Sometimes Mario Maker is painful.
No, it is.
As a player, because you know what you're supposed to do. Yes, look at the Pro.
You're like, just a little tap. That'll be fine. As you do this huge jump. All right.
Oh, that was awesome.
Wow,
I don't know why I was
shut us
jumping.
down.
I was just panicking. It's because it tests your Mario like. Yeah, I'm pretty good at Mario games.
Sure.
I like to think, and then you put a Buzzy Beetle helmet on me, and I'm riding one, and I'm shooting across. It's like you panic.
You panic. You can't help it. But Corey, ice cold. Oh my gosh, what's happening now? You better keep moving.
Oh.
What's wrong, Corey? I thought it was supposed to be pretty.
That was
easy.
great. Let's move on to. I think that was a good taste of that one. Do you want to give it one more shot, or you want to move on?
No, I can move on.
All right.
Yeah,
We've got a lot of.
As you fiendishly want to start again.
I will say that I could have beaten that. I was trying to show off there at the end on the trampoline.
Oh,
sure.
Well, if you want one more shot,
we'll let the viewers decide.
Let's move on to. I have a fun one here called. Oh man, where did it go? I need to put it on expert again. So there's one in expert that I actually don't think is that hard. But again, as Morgan was saying. It's ranked on completion rank, not by you just think it's hard. I don't think this one's that hard, and I hope that you can beat this one, Ethan.
Oh, it's me all of a sudden again. Here we go.
Okay, Ethan is an interesting gamer. He's very well versed in a lot of video games, but he's the guy when you're testing out a course, like he's not the pro you want. He's kind of one of the guys you want to, is an intermediate player.
Right.
I'm just setting you up. I'm sorry.
Thanks, buddy.
This is a kind of a little fun concept course. Just trying to almost see like what all you can put in a clown car.
I love this. It's like a. I don't even.
Oh no! Where are you going?
Come on! Get out of there!
I love this. Oh, what? Defeated by a hammer bro in the clown car.
Morgan, want to give this a go?
I'll try this one.
Morgan's gonna try this one.
Let me give it a try.
I made it through what I thought was the hard part, but
Did Morgan die already? Oh.
See?
Okay, my turn.
No, that doesn't count.
Wow. Well, we've got time enough for maybe one, maybe two more courses. Morgan. See,
you lost it. You lost
the intermediate players
the buzzy helmet.
is showing you up.
Oh, nice track there. I like the
Dodging.
track.
Nice. You're pretty well protected in the clown car, but you bounce off of everything, so it makes it hard to control.
Oh, what are you doing?
Oh, what are you doing? Okay. Fair enough. Fair enough. Oh, that sledge bro does not care. Nicely done. Putting me to shame one more time.
I have a lot of practice driving.
I feel like I'm hanging out with my older brothers, and they're teaching me how to play Mario.
Oh, that one was great.
So, Ethan, are you ready for one more, I think?
Yeah, I feel like a lot of pressure on me now to
I
choose
love
this
all the
last
like
course.
all the course elements you can choose from too. There's those ones like you guys, we all grew up playing Mario games. There's those elements that like you had to work pretty hard to get to the point where you saw like a Magic Koopa or a Bowser. You know, there's these things that like you didn't see them that often. So you had, and now you can just like place them in, and it's all these different parts that we all know how like a Goomba functions or this functions. You start putting them together though, and then once you tap play, you always think you know what's going to happen, but you're never sure. And I think these courses show that off.
Okay, I think I know which one I'm going to go to now. I was just going through some of the options here. Wanted to end on. Let's go to a.
Yeah, we've got a time for
one or two more. Okay.
It depends.
So this one
it depends how we do.
This one's a little tricky. Again, I always choose the hardest ones. I feel like for Ethan. In the style of the original Super Mario Brothers, we're going to be underground. Seeing some enemies you haven't seen maybe 8-bit style before, or this Super Mario Brothers style. Of course, Monty Mole.
You're already looking really sketchy. All right, you saved yourself.
So, Sunday in the Nintendo World Championship, there was some courses that were a little more like you had to use your noggin a little bit more. This is one of those. This is one of the courses.
I like that just as you said use your noggin, he just bailed out and got hit by that shell.
You actually have to be a little bit more slow and deliberate with what you're doing in this course. And it kind of goes to show because in this course, there's not many elements beyond Monty Moles, Bob-ombs, and a couple of Koopa Troopas every now and then.
All right, if you really want to be, I want to see you, if you really want to test yourself, go now, before the shell's back.
Oh, he's getting some tips, pro tips.
That's what a speedrunner would do. You wouldn't wait for that shell that last time.
I'm going to say Ethan has about 10 seconds left to live.
And one thing we haven't talked about, just a minor point while Ethan's working through here.
Stop me. That was terrible.
I think...
just the timer. Oh, I'm up. All right.
Go ahead, keep talking.
I was just going to mention the fact that you can change the time. Just the fact that, you see that there's 500 seconds on the clock.
I wasn't even paying attention to that. That's what you meant by 10 seconds left.
No, I just thought you didn't have more than 10 seconds of life in you.
I probably did not.
No, you didn't
Which
have
I
actually
proved.
10 seconds.
Yeah. You got this. Show me how it's done.
Wow.
There we go. This is where I got stopped.
Oh.
See? That's what I told you. You got to look out for
that.
that.
No, I want to switch it to another course. I've got the big finish course.
All right, we've got a big finish here.
Is this me again?
Yeah. This course you would not complete. I've actually completed it. It would take you you would use all 500 of those seconds. I feel like it is a really tricky course. I've got a one-screen course here for you guys to try called Leap of Faith.
I like that. I like the sound of this. This sounds like if you're going to pick a big finish course, at least the title, Leap of Faith, I like the sound of this. I love seeing all these too. It's so fun to see like courses that have been made that you didn't have a hand in the process. Wow. All right, you got this. But this is our big finish, Ethan. I feel like you can do this.
If you just look to where the arrow is, it's
Follow
telling
the
you
arrow.
to go down. You got this.
Ah, that is a perfect example. He just pushed Corey off the stage for loading up this troll course. Do not follow the arrow. It looks like it's about four bricks to the right. Okay, so outside of the cloud.
Just.
I don't want to. I feel like I could do it in one try and it would just make you look bad, but that's because I've watched you. So it's the edge of that cloud, the far edge of that far right cloud.
Oh,
yes!
Nicely done.
Very nice.
That's 5-try Ethan, everybody. 5-try Ethan.
You're leaving me hanging, buddy.
Nice job. 5.
Awesome. Well, that's a little taste of.
I'm still gonna take a while to get over that, but thank you very much for that that ending. That was great.
Actually, looks like we got a time for. It's like a movie when you watch the. You know when sometimes you watch the credits and then they put the little scenes in
One
there.
other thing I should
we
mention.
got a little one time for one more.
As you saw, you can leave comments in courses, and that one would be perfect if you failed a lot on that to leave a comment that said like, jump right down here in the wrong spot just to mess with people.
Absolutely.
So.
And I love that you can use all of these elements. You can guide the player as much as you want. You could use arrows and stars and coins.
Using coins,
or you can use those same yeah.
Oh, are you?
I'm gonna do this one, guys.
Yep.
Okay.
Corey's gonna take us through the big finish.
All right, let's see it.
I'm not even gonna use any fingers on it.
Oh, really?
Oh, look at that. Corey is actually not touching the gamepad right now.
I don't feel like after what you've put us through that this is really fair. But whatever. I would have appreciated you letting us play this
Again,
course.
Corey has not touched the gamepad. I love this style of course. I have not seen this one, but
it's like some crazy Mario Rube Goldberg device.
Go, Corey, go. Amazing. You didn't have to touch the sticks once.
But classic that you saved that for yourself to make yourself look good.
Oh, it's the best.
Nicely done. Yeah,
and that is another style. There are so many different styles. You can get into making. You can become a master of like castle courses, water courses. You can become a master of these automatic style Mario courses that we've had. There's somebody in the dev team that is just working on those. It's so fun.
Yeah,
so,
I did not make that.
Yeah,
course.
thank you guys. We're gonna wrap this up. We can right here. I'm in the edit feature right now. But if I tap play, I think anybody who watched the NWC is gonna recognize this. I mean, this was my original idea. Was like I wanted to bring people in a way that looked like something very familiar. Super Mario 1-1. But I already hit a few blocks, but
it only looks familiar until this point right over here, and then it looks.
And I love this. You can see the flagpole on the other end, but it's
I wanted that little carrot right there.
Yeah, absolutely. And then you go through the pipe, and this is one of the first things. I remember the very first time I played an early version of this level. You drop out of the pipe, and you're like, what? Like, why?
Some people get
why
down
am I
here
back
and
here
just
again?
get confused. And it was fun because originally I thought about in Super Mario. I thought about making this a underground because when you go down a pipe.
Right.
And then you've got 1-1 in the underground style, and it looks the same, but it just didn't feel right. It felt like keeping things.
Well, part of the concept was basically like confusing players. It's like you already go through like 1-1, and then you're spit back into 1-1.
Let's be honest, the real goal was trolling, basically trolling the players. And one of the best ways that you can do that here, I'm pointing at this giant wall screen next to us. Yeah. But one of the best ways is that that monstrosity is there. But there's also that vine back at the beginning. That serves no purpose other than to waste time of the players.
Up there, man.
See, this is what I'm talking about. This vine that serves absolutely no purpose. And what I love is when Cosmo was playing that level, and he's like, he was kind of like flabbergasted by this level, and had to go back.
Put a few treats in here. Those are bigger than they were in the upper one.
And I also love how you guys are playing with the concept of like all of these question blocks and making them. You died at your own level there, but all these question blocks that are always punish you for hitting them. I mean, yet these guys saw me do it multiple times where I would hit the same question block and I knew what was inside of it, and I would still hit it because I was so conditioned to hit every question block.
It's this reflex. It's like, oh, there's something good in there.
Oh yeah,
you hit it, and then the hammer bro pops out.
It's totally going to be different this time, right?
You can see right here that there was a hammer bow here. I think one of the competitors hit it, and you just slide right in there. And I was determined to have that moment, which did end up happening, where you're playing through here, you're not sure what's going on. You've cleared that, and just in case you want a treat, no.
Well, let's talk about some of the director's cut stuff here. The earlier versions of this level were a bit different. There were no vines there.
These vines were actually a late addition. The way this looked about a week ago, no vines there. So you're coming in.
And there were 4 Hammer Bros there.
There used to be a sea of Hammer
Yeah,
Bros.
it was like a sea of Hammer Bros.
Let's bring it back a little bit. So what you see right here when you play, this is kind of scary, right? But there's a bomb. There's a preloaded bomb down there that knocks it out. It's not so bad.
We need to name that thing. Like somebody out there, you have to like email us the name for that thing because it needs a name.
I'm just mixing this up a little bit.
It did look. There was like a Hammer Bro pyramid.
I remember that.
Yeah.
So there was a point where this looked like this.
Yeah,
but you could make that jump
Yeah, you
right
had
there.
to nail that jump.
So those vines, actually, you don't need them, but without them, it gets really tricky.
Oh yeah.
I'm just going to go ahead and undo.
Well, another thing here is that the ending is actually not all that unchanged. But, let's talk a little bit about the playtesting that we did. So when we made these levels, I was telling these guys that the end has to be super, super climactic and obviously frankly, kind of butt clenchy. Like, and they were. It was like probably the most butt clenchy thing in my life. But like, it was just, you had to have that razor thin edge of like, it's possible.
Yeah.
But it's
hard.
It's hard.
It's
hard.
We saw a section here where, I think it was Cosmo got a little hung up here, and you're kind of stuck here. You're not sure. There's a grinder up there. I think he was trying to.
Well, I think he saw the vine up there and thought that he could get to that vine.
I thought he could maybe grab that vine.
And I could put like one more arrow like right here would make it a little more clear.
Because you can do stuff like that. You can use the software. I mean, you can guide people. You can do whatever you want.
Like if there were 2 arrows that like told you had to jump from that platform to that platform, like.
But it was
would have been a
important.
little easier, but that's not always what you want.
Yeah. Well, so I keep getting sidetracked. So our playtesting process was, the important thing about that Mario Maker final was seeing players experience a level for the very first time and never knowing how to deal with that. And so one of the things we found is that we have a lot of really good Mario players in the Treehouse. And the Treehouse is pretty big these days. Like, we had a lot of people to get through, but you burn through those people.
Really
Once they've
quick.
seen that level that first time, they're tainted,
anymore.
right? Like they know how to beat the level, and so then they get faster and faster at it. And we found that it wasn't working. So what we did is, after you guys spent, no joke, probably like dozens and dozens of hours, polishing these things,
and we had exhausted everyone basically in the Treehouse who was
I'm just gonna do my own. I'm just gonna do my own little speed run of this while you guys are talking. Watch out for that Goomba.
Watch out.
We were, basically
Pulling a
like desperate to find like new players who had never seen it before. So we were just grabbing you and like, are you good at Mario? Are you good at Mario? Like,
sending out emails. Who's good at Mario?
Yeah.
We can't tell you why, but we need you to play this level and we need to time you.
And all of these courses really, they started off more difficult, and we realized they were too hard, and we had to dial it back. And I think that's actually a pretty good strategy when you're making a course, is to start really difficult and make the mechanics themselves difficult instead of just like making it easy and then adding a bunch of like
you can see some
Hammer Bros or something.
You can see some little edits here I'm making.
Yeah, it used to be like this. You're totally right. I remember that.
There was a good solid 2 or 3 days where all these burners were facing out, which.
Well, the final thing, I was watching the replay of NWC, and one of the great moments is when John finally made that jump and just nailed it. But what was amazing about that is that he missed the last jump. And what I loved about that, and you actually said this on stage.
That right now.
Yeah, please do it.
So you're
like,
you're
oh, I made it,
here.
and then you overshoot the pipe. And that is exactly as you guys designed it. Like, that was exactly as you designed it.
And then when you run back to the left here, you've got a little house. I had fun deciding which, when you sort of get into that feedback loop, it was fun to just pick these little elements. There's a lot that you can do aesthetically with this game, too. Like, if you take this, you shake it, you can change the color. So there's a lot of these little things you can do. Because we were showing these things off. We wanted things to look really good. So I got kind of obsessed with like all these little details and the things that they've put in the software to allow you to do those little, those aesthetic things that sort of are that final layer of polish. Deciding which, I really love this Stiletto Goomba. That's one of our new enemies. Putting that sort of in these, so that first course would sort of have this showcase feel. And then I'm just gonna run really quickly too. And then we'll hop into one of the other courses.
So, I was going to say, as soon as you finish this course, let's jump into one of Smitty's courses. And, this is a Morgan special right here.
Come on.
You still missed it. I'm cheating. I'm using the editor right now.
You're a cheater. Dirty
you finally get here. You're feeling great about life.
This end, I don't even know if people even caught it because it happened so fast, but you're
so scared when you pop out of that.
Wait, just shooting coins at you.
You're going to get shot in the face and then
you just want that little moment.
You want them to have that moment of terror, absolutely. Yeah. So that was the first course that you made, Morgan.
Yeah.
And once you had made that course,
That was our idea. Was like, let's start in 1-1, something very familiar. I actually went back and looked up images of 1-1 because you can actually see where the blocks are and recreate those. Well, if you really are.
There's an art to it. As soon as I saw this level, the very first version of it, I was like, okay, we have something. We have something really, really, really special. But so
let's hop into the third
going
one.
back to these levels.
I don't know. I think this guy.
The final.
Yeah.
Morgan made the first two. And Smitty made the second two. And so we're going to jump into the final now and talk a little bit about that. So we had a different strategy for this one. Why don't you talk about what our goal was for this?
Yes,
this
our
course?
goal for this one was to make it, really difficult and kind of like a what's the word I'm looking for?
It's really technical, yeah. It's been a long day for all of us,
but not punish the players so bad that they had to restart over and over. So that's why during, throughout the course, you see these sections where if they miss a jump, they're just going to have to kind of go back and get back to where they need to be.
Well, I think that one of the discussions that we had early on was that there's multiple ways you can have difficulty, right? You can have a difficult thing be you can die, or it can be just really technical, very, very, very precise platforming. And it isn't always about dying. And what we found is that actually watching people die again and again and again, it may seem like that would be the hardest thing and that would be most interesting. It's actually watching people pull off really technical things, but not necessarily die, can be like a really exciting way to do it, especially in a speed run where every second counts and everything is on the line.
Yeah, like when you're playing the role of Mario Maker and making these courses, like you're kind of you almost have like an audience in mind. Is it that player that wants to be challenged and die over and over? That's different from maybe a showcase setting or something you'd want to like share. You can sort of make courses that suit these different styles. So Eric's going to show us a little bit of how this used to look.
Yeah, so I changed this a little bit because honestly, like it took our best Mario players like 20 minutes to get through this course when it was at its,
it was a little out of control.
When it was super hard. And now, I had to dial it back.
Oh, I remember this. I remember this one.
This used to be, and this is a little different than it was, but a little more punishing. Like, if you miss this jump, or I guess
there was no block there on the bottom.
Yeah. It was basically like this. So,
that's
this was a little bit further up. Oh, geez, that's not what I want. It was like this. So basically, like instead of just having to do that cycle again, if you mess this up, like you're just dead.
Well, one of the things that we noticed about this style too is, and Cosmo learned this the hard way, is that this particular game has a really kind of a different physics feel because you can do air stalls, you can wall jump. Wall jumping is its own kind of skill, and this level really puts that to
this part was actually a lot more harder.
This part
was these were donuts.
Those were donut blocks.
Yeah.
So these
and it was fun, man. Like making these we felt it was a big task asked of the Treehouse to sort of make these courses, and like Eric and I definitely were the ones sitting there grinding away with the software. But man, we asked so many people to play these, replay them, found people that had never seen them before, had them play them, had people that were good players play them, had people that were bad players play them.
How many times did you have me come by your desk? Like I would be walking by your desk and be like, okay, let me see what today's version is, and I would play it and be like, I'd see a section and be like, no, like you cannot do that to people. And it's hilarious that the versions that people think are really, really evil aren't even the most, close to the most evil stuff that you guys came up with.
That's what's really fun about this in general is you can make a course. I could probably make something in 5 minutes that would be really, really fun to play, but you could spend 5 hours making something that's just going to have a little more polish, a little more, all these different, you can really sort of go all in as deep as you want.
This part used to be way more of these saw blades.
Yeah, so this section used to have way more saw blades, and I feel like you didn't immediately really get this fire flower.
Yeah, it used to be a little further in the course. And the thing is, with the saw blades, it's like you make these courses and like you don't want to make people wait. It makes you think about game design in a different, in an actual real way when people are
like
playing
a real
your
level
courses.
designer.
Yeah, absolutely. And it's like you don't want to make people wait because that's boring. So it's like you have to give them a chance to get through quickly, but also make it hard. It's really interesting, like playing Mario Maker and just immediately understanding how difficult it must be for the actual, like, you know,
you want to
Mario
swim
design.
past those giant wigglers. I love this
to work
moment.
for EAD and to make these levels for a living.
This is one of my favorite moments of this course, is those angry wigglers coming out. And that actually used to be just one. Like, it sounds so simple. And when it was one, it was fun, but...
Well, you know, let's talk about that, too. So there were a couple places where you guys gave, you know, those helmets, but you forced the player to get them because people were experiencing them for the first time. And so the only way that you found it for them to actually pick them up is that everybody avoided that right away. They were like, I'm not touching that.
Right,
and so you had to drop it on them.
Let's do something a little bit crazy. I'm just going to take these out just to show this. And I'm just going to switch it from water to ground. Okay, so with that, this shell is just a normal shell. So I can put this on the ground anywhere. So, actually, not only that, but I'm going to switch it from New Super Mario Bros. U to World. So these shells are just normal shells. Like, you could shoot this out of a cannon and make it an obstacle, and it is an obstacle unless you know, throw it up. Normal shell, and now it's a helmet.
It still trips me out. It's weird to see this NWC level, you know,
in a different,
totally, it's absolutely amazing. And I'm so used to seeing these levels in a different way.
That's what's going to be cool about the online experience, too, is like you're going to be able to go online and play courses other users have uploaded, but also download those and edit them yourself. You won't be able to re-upload it because somebody else made the original version, but you can go in and look at the guts of it, sort of be inspired by it, sort of see behind the curtain of whoever made whatever inspires you online.
So this was the moment, thinking back to the tournament, where John Numbers really, like,
dude,
this is where it got real.
That blew my mind because I've seen like 40 plus people play this, and no one understood immediately, like, the puzzle here. Like, you see this thing, you're like, oh, okay, I'm licking, I don't know what to do. And some people will, like, jump and, like, oh, wait, I can jump off Yoshi, and they'll just try to, like, take damage to jump straight up. But he, like, within 3 seconds.
No hesitation.
No hesitation. He was just like, boom, 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 boom.
Yeah.
And I was just like, what?
Yeah. I've seen people not get Yoshi. I've seen people do all kinds of crazy stuff. And this section right here, I mean, I can't recall exactly, but I think he just nailed it in the very first.
This is actually a hairy section. This section, I've seen a lot of people, you can actually die pretty easily here. If you don't realize you need Yoshi to get up the top jump, and you don't
you
immediately get a second, like a mushroom if you get little.
So yeah, you have to have Yoshi in this section. Oh, okay. Even the designer here having a little trouble with his own course.
Fireballs, he then has one to spit out.
That's a little Easter egg. I didn't know you could do that.
Yeah.
That's pretty cool. Okay, Smitty.
I got this.
You got it.
Oh, come on.
See, again, like, we were fully expecting this to be happening in the tournament. And, you know, at each one of these obstacles or kind of puzzles, I mean, this level is really kind of a one big puzzle or one big platforming puzzle. You know, we were expecting them to kind of, no matter what head start another player had, that they would kind of, you know, end up near the same area, because these things are not easy to figure out. Each one of these segments takes a little bit of time.
Right.
And like this, if you want to hop into editor real quick, show those invisible blocks. So the invisible blocks are really fun. I think players, every Mario game had some of those, and you can just see, once you hop into edit, you can sort of see the structure behind that.
Yeah, absolutely. And there's 2 spots. I felt like just leaving one spot open where you could jump up would be kind of too difficult because someone might miss it. But I think 2 is a pretty good balance there. Oh, geez. All right, moving right along. So this guy, so people would play this.
This section. Okay, I made you change this section.
Yeah, this used to be a lot harder.
I like had to put my foot down on this part.
You had so much trouble with this section that you were like, I don't want the final to bog down too hard.
I did. I had to veto this part. So why don't you explain what you had it before?
So this first section is largely untouched, although, like, Danny was playing this, Danny in Treehouse, and he, like, figured out that you can do this and then air stall here and just turn around and make it over.
Oh, that's a little Easter egg. That's
which is crazy. I didn't even know that was possible. Like,
is that what you saying? That's what Nate did?
No, Danny did that.
Oh, Danny.
Like 30 people had played this and no one had done that.
And what's cool is that's a way to shave a few seconds off. That Eric had no idea was in there, but when somebody made it, he wasn't like, oh, I got to fix that. You're like, whoa, that's like one of those things people learn about, you know?
I'm having horrible flashbacks.
So
about
this section, I'm just gonna do it because it's
you make it how it used to be.
This part was just so, like, way too punishing.
Hey, I have to interrupt you guys really quickly because I'm going to spring something on you that I have not told you about.
Oh, geez, okay.
we have some special guests.
5 hours, 5 days.
Well, you have about 5 minutes to make a course, so let's make it happen.
You can see here, I've got the basic editor here. I'm sitting here with a blank slate in Super Mario style. I can scroll across and see, there's my goal pole there. I'm going to go ahead and tap this out a little bit, give myself a little more room to work with. You can see the G moving along the bottom. So that's going to become my whole course palette there. I've got my elements up top. That's everything I can tap into the level. But first of all, I'm going to just, we've got Classic right now. I love Super Mario World, so let's go with that for the start. And we're going to make this as fast as we can and then have some folks come up and play it. So I'm going to start with, give them some treats right off the bat. Let's go ahead and...
You love those trees.
And you can see that I'm actually let me actually give myself a little more ground here to work with. And you can see how some elements, as you're just placing ground, you can see how it sort of fills in the gaps. Every once in a while, like a bush will pop up. I can actually move that. I don't like the bush there.
It's cool when you're placing the blocks, basically a sound comes out of the gamepad and kind of goes along with the melody of the background song. And as you switch between the different game modes, Super Mario World, Super Mario Bros., it actually changes the music to that theme. Super cool.
And I just made 3 little ground course elements here. There's a lot you can do aesthetically to sort of make your creations come to life. So I'm just going to use that as my little palette for...
What do you have in mind here, Morgan?
Well, first I'm just going to give him some stuff to start off with. I'm going to go ahead and give him a super mushroom. Why not? But we'll also show off that I can put, let's throw a hammer row right there.
Oh, yeah.
For fun. And I'll throw a lava bubble into this one. Those are always fun to pop out with. So there's my start. I've got 3 question blocks. And you can actually tap in the editor to see what you have placed in there if you need to. And at any point, I can also make sure it works as designed.
What's so crazy for me is that it's instantaneous. Just hitting the edit button and then jumping right back in.
Looks great. Right. And actually, now that I've added those other platforms, I can take those out.
It's looking kind of easy, Morgan.
Yeah, so there's my start. But I'm gonna get right to it here now. I think that let's start with a pipe here.
You have a reputation to uphold for evil.
So.
Oh, yeah.
I don't know if you guys remember, but there's a section that looks a little something like that. This might help jog a few memories. Whoop, get out of there. If I were to hop back into Mario Bros. I don't know if that looks familiar to anybody, but I think there's a section in, was it 8-1 that looks a little something like that.
Going back to the classics.
And then let's really do something I really like to do, which is show off this, there's this little icon down at the bottom left. I'm tapping it. You can see it flashing in the bottom left next to the play button. That turns on Mario's Ghost Trail. And you can use that to really link together some more complicated jumps. So I'm going to go ahead and just bomb off the edge of this, jump as far as I can. And now you can see sort of where my trail went, which can help me link together some elements. I'm just going to use a simple hard block here. Try to place it right about where I would have landed. And if I were to put a green Koopa there,
he's just
going to walk right off, yeah. But if you give him a shake,
he's having a bad day.
Turns into a red Koopa, which will stay put. Just let me test that out, see how that works. Oh, it feels good.
Oh,
nice.
And, I'm going to add one more of those. I'm holding the ZL button, which puts me into copy mode, and I can just grab him, slide him right over. And actually, I'm running out of room, so let's push this down the way. That looks good. We'll put one more of those in. Put one more. And then actually, I don't want this to become the end, so I'm going to just wall this off. Put a pipe there, and we'll get to that in a second. But actually, really quickly, before I push this to life, I'm going to put some tracks down here. Just because if you're going to be jumping this far, you want something cool to be jumping over.
Something that raises the stakes beyond a bottomless pit.
Yeah, because you can attach it. You can combine elements in really interesting ways. The palette actually is a lot more. There's actually a lot more going on there than it might look like at first glance because you can combine so many elements. So now if I go ahead and play that, it should all come to life and link together pretty well.
Nice.
And what's really neat is, so I've actually intentionally walled this off. There's actually no way to get to the end of that now. I'm going to make that point very clear there. But we showed this in some of the courses for the World Championship. You can actually create a subworld. So if I go ahead and drag Mario into that pipe, it's going to create a subworld. And now I have to place an exit pipe, the first thing. And there he is. And I'm going to just put some ground here so that when I come out of that pipe, there's somewhere to land. Actually, I'm sort of near the finish. Let me grab that, go back to the start. So I'm going to the far left of my bottom palette. I'm gonna have him come out from the top. I'm gonna have him drop down to right about here. That'll be the starting point for this subworld. And well, when you're making a subworld for a course, you have to stick with the original course game style. So it has to stay in Super Mario World, but you can make it any of the different styles you want. So I'm gonna actually pass this over to Eric and let him do some work on this part of the course.
Cool. All right, well, the first thing I'm going to do here is add a little bit of lava because everyone loves lava. And then, just to be nice about it, I'm going to do this. So there's a couple things I can do here. I can basically hold the R trigger, drag and select this stuff. So if I wanted to duplicate this really quick, I can just basically select it all, then hold the ZL trigger and be able to just, you know, I can make a really big, instead of having to like draw every single block out, I can basically just really quickly, you know, make a big wall like that. So we're gonna start right here. And I have a obsession with cannons. So I'm gonna drop a cannon here. I can place the cannon and then choose which direction it's gonna shoot. So let's drop 3 of these bad boys. And
one of the things you did on NWC4 is use cannons as a way to get across.
And they're a fun element to use to sort of get, you're always trying to decide when making a course, like how to get the player from point A to point B. You don't really know what they're going to do, but you need to give them ways and techniques to, you know, advance from the start to the goal.
Give them another platform here. And I don't know how much we've showed of the doors. When you place a door, it gives you 2 doors. So I can put this anywhere. As soon as I drop into this first door right here, it's going to drop me right in the lava. So I'm not going to actually do that. I'm going to, let's see.
So why don't you just tap play and just show how that works before you actually.
Oh yeah, absolutely. That's a good point.
So when you, and what's nice is by able to, when you can tap play and really quickly just sort of figure out how all these pieces work.
So it's going to throw me.
And you can see once he's playing it, you don't actually know which door leads where, like the player won't. But when you're editing, if you hop back out, you have those little those symbols to help you sort of piece together the course.
Okay, so I'm going to give them 2 choices here. One choice is going to.
One choice is death.
What should it be death? Is that a little too hard? Okay, it's death. Sorry, guys. That's going right in the lava. And actually, I'm going to let them know they're going right in the lava. So if they choose the wrong door, they know what's going to happen.
We'll call that the nope door.
If they choose the right door.
You got a thing for those.
Let's see. I'm going to drag this over a bit more. Actually, no, that's not going to work. So instead, put this door here.
All right, we're wrapping up our 10-minute course creation challenge.
We've got 2 minutes left.
You got to make this thing actually.
We're going to try to finish the thing up by in about 2 minutes and then bring on some players. So.
All right, let's make this a little crazy. I'm going to drop some of these. And I just love these little guys.
This is another really cool feature. You might, it's not until you tap play that sort of everything comes to life in the course. And this is going to, you can see Eric, he's really good at sort of, once you learn the shortcuts to copy items, dupe them and all that stuff. If he taps play right now, you can see how all this stuff comes to life in interesting ways. A lot of times you won't even know exactly what's going to happen until you put a bunch of stuff in and tap play.
to give him one of these and another one on the other side.
That doesn't look good.
Yeah, I think.
All right. So that's probably going to be the end of this.
Yeah, we'll throw the
section.
exit pipe there at the
throw
end.
another one of these in. And let's take Mario, drop him right into there. And it's going to.
I'll go ahead and finish up the
let
top.
me plop it out wherever I want. And I can actually turn this and give it back to Morgan.
There we go. And that's a perfect place to. Let's go ahead and slide the goal way over there. We've got the end. Let's actually move this up. We showed a couple of these off, but let's put a Koopa Clown car in here as a way to get to the finish. I'll prop it up on some ice blocks. And you're not just going to be able to fly completely free to the finish. Let's put a couple of these in.
You got to go. Yeah.
I'm gonna have a bit of a gauntlet to get through. You can put all sorts of stuff in these things.
Oh.
Let's have Bowser in there.
That's going to be hard.
Maybe why not 2 Bowsers in there? Thwomp. I like the Thwomps. And I can go ahead and use the Super Mushroom to. Why not?
Wow.
Oh man.
And then yeah, that ought to do it.
That ought to do it. All right. So.
And I'll put a, I'll put a mushroom right here. That in case you're coming in small, that should come right off the end there.
Give you a little bit of a chance.
I think this thing's ready for a test run.
Are you ready for a test run?
We played through some parts of it as we were going, but we haven't tried it from the start. But let's just.
It's probably not even possible, but we're going to find out. So we're going to bring out 2 players right now, both players from the Nintendo World Championships. We have Jordan and Sinister One joining us on stage, and they're going to play this stage and be the guinea pigs right now.
Why don't you come on out, guys?
Hey, good to see you. Put those microphones on. How's it going, guys?
Fantastic. How are y'all?
Yeah. So you have a. Would you name this thing Fun?
Yeah, I named it Fun. We're having fun up here. So I'm actually going to hop out, and so they can play this from.
So this is a 10-minute course challenge. I think we were a little bit longer than that, but just going to show people how some of these courses are made. Now we can give you guys a chance to redeem yourselves.
You guys can just
after Nintendo World Championships.
What have you guys concocted for us here? What are we getting into?
All right, so it's just that easy to jump into these courses.
Nope.
Nope, don't want that one.
All right, I'm out. I should have known better.
Not worth it.
Right off the bat.
Already. Not a student of classic Mario.
No, come on, give me a break. Give me a second here.
Now, Sinister, while he's playing, you have any kind of favorite memories of watching those NWC finals from backstage?
Pretty much the whole thing. I mean, it was just.
Don't worry,
that
part.
Both guys were doing great.
That same section was in Super Mario Brothers. So
yeah, I know, right?
It's that litmus test. If you can't make that jump, you're not going to make the rest.
You didn't actually. Oh,
there it is.
Nice.
Yes, you're working it out. You're working it out. You remembered that skill you learned 25 years ago. That
he's talking about his nerves, and he played on stage in front of thousands of people. Can't handle the Nintendo Treehouse live stage. It's too much.
You guys are intimidating.
He's thinking about it. He's thinking about it. Feeling the flow.
All right.
Ooh, you gotta feather it. You gotta feather it. So when you guys saw that Super Mario Maker was the final of the World Championship, was that exciting to you? I mean, you guys didn't get a chance to play those, but did it just feel like a fitting finale, having been in the?
Yeah.
I saw you guys backstage. You guys were cheering on those last 2 guys.
It was perfect. It couldn't have been any better, and it was one of those things that we felt like we were all participating in the game.
Yeah.
And we were cheering both of the competitors on, and just to see them go through, it was so exciting, so much fun. This game is unbelievable.
Did you feel like that you guys were wishing that you were up there in the sense that you could have handled those levels better?
Jordan,
or were you watching that stuff
Jordan,
and being like, what these guys are doing is absolutely amazing?
I may have to jump back into the editor and make this a little easier.
Like, I had that moment where I was like, yeah, I can pull that off, but judging from my performance today, I have a little bit of work to do, obviously.
He's feeling it this time. You just got to feather that jump. It's all going to be worth it. It gets easier after that.
We'll give you one more try, and then we'll mercy rule this thing and make it a little bit easier. We can't allow that to happen, though.
I remember this exact. I mean, it's not this exact section, but
nice.
You know, it's a.
Yeah.
I remember that. There's that exact jump. Remember, you're gonna have to bomb off that part as full jump, and you're gonna have to hold the jump button so you can link those jumps together.
Oh,
hesitation! I saw that moment.
I hesitated. I did. I definitely did.
You gotta believe. You gotta just jump it.
I have faith. I definitely do.
That's what's. I like the fact that because Mario Maker includes the 4 different game styles, it really sort of brings out. You have to use all of the Mario skills you've learned or haven't learned in the course of the different games. Just go for it. Just full throttle. No hesitation. He's feeling it.
I'm gonna pass it on over to Sis for one here.
All right, I'll give it a try again.
You guys are brutal.
That's what they're known for.
That was what's fun for us making those courses for the final is that. Here, let me go ahead and make that section. Let me just show you guys, because this is what happened to us when we were working. You know, we were working on the courses for the final. A lot of times you have somebody play something and you realize it's too difficult and you don't want it to bog down. So, you know, maybe this section is a little too hard. Maybe I need to just fill this in with note blocks. Why not?
Oh no. Oh.
You know? I mean, I'll throw a few bloopers in, but.
Oh, that's gonna be hard, man.
And you know, why not have a fire flower come out of that pipe? And this part was giving you a little trouble too, so maybe I'll just give you a Lakitu cloud. Where's that at? There he is.
So, Sinister One, I got a question for you I've been meaning to ask you. During NWC, when Super Metroid came up on screen, did you know that you had it at that moment? Did you feel like you could? Because you were the only one to pull that off.
There's a fire flower in that pipe. You didn't wait. And you can just tap the minus button or just tap play, and you can start to play it in pieces.
All right, very nice, very nice.
I thought I had it, and then I realized that the buttons were the default controls, which I don't use. So then I was like, wait, I might not have it. But eventually I adjusted, and I got a pretty good lead and made it through.
Yeah. Did you think about saving the animals? That's my question.
Yeah, there you go.
Did you think about saving the animals on the way out?
Cloud.
No.
I'll just see.
All right, we're down to the sub level.
So see if you remember how to link this section together.
There it is.
Oh, does he? We got
which one is it?
Which one is it?
What is this?
Choose wisely. Choose. It's all right. We've all done it. As long as you have to just.
Morgan, that was cruel, man.
I know. I think that may have been a bug in the course here. Let me actually go ahead and.
All right.
Let me go ahead and pull this out one. Let me drop you back in, and let me give you another shot at that. Oops.
You know, regardless of how terrible I'm doing, I'm still having a blast playing.
But it's really hard. It's honestly, it's difficult to make something the first time that is a perfect playthrough. There we go.
Oh no.
You're almost there.
Oh.
Uh-oh.
Everything's fine. Everything's fine.
There you go.
It's okay.
You just left him in the dust. He went high road.
Yeah. It's the only smart thing
Yes.
to do. Hey, all right.
Nice work.
Very nice.
Nice work.
Yeah,
That was fun.
guys.
And all I have all the tools along the top and bottom. Just gonna sort of work my way around the screen for you guys watching at home. At the very bottom, I have the start and I have the goal. I can tap the S and the G to snap, and I can use the slider to sort of see where the finish is right now. So on the most basic level, I could just simply fill this all in with ground.
I love those bushes popping up.
Do the same thing back. And at any point, you can just tap this in the bottom left. I tap play, and the course comes to life. And right now, I have the most basic course in the world. It's just ground, start to finish in Super Mario Bros. Style.
You got the Mario trail there, too.
In the upper left, I have my ability to change both the game styles and the course styles. And I'll get to that in a minute. But first, I want to put some things in just to get something to look at. So at the top row, I have my elements, and I can tap that to bring down. Here you can see sort of the whole palette of elements you're able to add in. And at first glance, it looks like we've got as many elements as you see, but it's actually a lot deeper than that.
Yep.
And we'll get through that in a minute. So first off, I'm just going to tap a question block, put one of those at the start. And also, I just want to get some visual action going here so that we have a little more to look at as we start changing the styles. So I'm going to put some mushroom platforms in.
Gonna modify it.
Just to show off. And I'm using the eraser tool a little bit here. And what's neat is that I can simply start adding these in, erasing as I go, and sort of piecing things together. And I'm using the ZL button to copy what I've already have on screen. And so really quickly here, I've just added something that, you know, changes up the visuals just a bit. Let me get that, let me move that over one.
Undo dog there.
So that's a really simple 3 mushrooms, and now we've got a little more to look at. But what's neat is there's all these little quirks, and we're going to show a lot of these, where if I grab one of these that I already placed and I give it a shake, it'll change color.
Shake, shake.
And if I grab another one, shake it,
shake, shake.
Shake it again. Nice. So there's all these little quirks that you can do with the different things to both like add like game design elements and aesthetic elements to really flesh out your courses.
And I mean, some of those are just cosmetic, and others, you know, like will actually change the way the enemy works and that sort of thing.
And so it's just going to be a process of discovery, like as people dig into the making side of the software, like it's just going to be experimentation, and you know, some objects you'll shake and they won't transform, but I'm really excited for people to spend time with that.
Let's talk about these question blocks here. I'm going to go ahead and put 3 here at the start. And what's interesting is you can tap, I've got the super mushroom right here. Everybody knows what that is. I can plop it in there, tap on it to see what I actually put in there. Tap play, hit it, it all comes to life. You can also take almost any enemy and place them into a question block.
We saw a lot of that in the Nintendo World Championship, right?
Yeah. So we can start with the classic, Goomba. Put him in there, tap it. Yep, there he is, he's in there. Press play. Pops out. And now we're gonna, what you can do though is you've got, again, we talked about how you can see all these elements right here. So I've got my Goomba, but I can actually level that Goomba up by sliding the super mushroom over the top. And now he's a big Goomba. And I can actually tap the wings, attach that.
Now he's a big flying Goomba.
He's not just a Goomba anymore, he's a big flying Goomba. And that's something that you don't see in this initial palette.
I also hope people are seeing how quickly you're able to go back and forth between playing and making while you're creating a course. So you drop something in, see how it works, go back to editing, and that's really important.
And so right here I can see I've got my super mushroom there, my Goomba there, but actually I want to take this giant flying Goomba, place him in there.
He doesn't look happy that you did that.
Now he's in there. And I'm going to go ahead and put a vine in this other one. Tap play, just sort of see how that all works. And
already we've just got a little craziness going on.
And now, and real quickly, you can sort of see we've got this really simple visual thing happening here. And now I'm going to go ahead and change the game style to Mario 3. And you can see that everything is now sort of in the style of that game.
Yep.
And the last one we have Super Mario U.
And again, this is all done on the fly, so you could now change the course type as well if you wanted.
Yep.
Just as easily.
And we could go through all of these, but I mean, suddenly I'm back in. I'll go back to World.
Uh-oh.
Watch out.
He's having a little trouble now.
And it's really cool because you can see how these like simple elements like these mushroom platforms I place and change the color of.
Yeah.
Whatever the style, whatever the game type, they're all sort of changing. And it's the different things you can do. I mean, it really starts to, it's like going down the rabbit hole in all these different directions.
Yeah. And sometimes the game style will actually change the enemies as well. Like that Goomba, when you switch to Super Mario World, it changes to a Galoomba, which you actually have to defeat differently than you would a Goomba.
So now I want to get something that I've seen some questions about. People at home have had. I'm just going to take myself over to a new blank slate here and talk about the way that changing the game style actually changes the way that the different styles play.
Yeah.
So I'm just going to really quickly build a very simple, let's see, I'm going to actually make some bricks here. These ground blocks, you know, you can't really bust through with any moves. But I have these bricks here, and bricks are a breakable element in the game. So I've got a little brick situation here. I'm going to put a very simple green Koopa Troopa down in tap play. Now I'm in Mario Bros. Style. So you hit a shell, takes out a brick. Mario 3, the shell actually stops. It doesn't start moving, and you can actually hold the button to pick up a shell. And this is not something you can do in the Super Mario Bros. Style.
Right.
And then if I switch this over to World, not only will the shell shade, the Koopa pops out, so that's again something different. Yep. I can pick the shell up, take that guy out, and I can also throw the shell vertically. And you can see that.
Right. And that's not possible in the previous 2 ones we looked at.
And I also now can use the R trigger to do a spin jump, which you can, if I was Super Mario, let me give myself a mushroom. I can actually make myself Super Mario right there in the editor, tap play so that I can test out my course.
Right.
Now that I can do the R trigger, I can actually spin jump and take out blocks. Which
it's actually something cool you can do with the spin jump too. Like if you were to put a spiny shell down, so like grab a spiny.
So I'm grabbing a spiny, and this is what's cool. These guys are going to be calling out things that they're inspired by the software that I'm just going to do on the fly.
So you take that, shake them, you just drop that. In this, so if you do a spin jump, you can actually bounce off of that. Whereas in, you know, Super Mario Bros, you're going to try that, Mario's not going to have a good time.
Yeah. Hey, also Morgan.
And then if I go ahead and real quickly,
I'm getting all kinds of ideas now, but go ahead.
And just real quickly, now that I'm in Super Mario U, I still have the spin jump. You know, you can still pick up shells. I actually can't throw it up like you can in Mario World. Yeah. But now I also have the ability to wall jump, which is not something that you can do in any of the other styles. And you can also air stall, which is something with the R trigger.
Can you do a triple jump?
You actually can do a triple jump.
I've seen some courses you actually have to triple jump to get past them.
Really?
Because that third triple jump is actually higher than the other, like a normal jump.
Let me see if I can bust out a triple jump real quick here. Is it just 3 jumps?
You got to jump when you hit
also
the ground.
have your aerial, like your aerial spin, right?
And that's something that, I mean, man, the amount of things you can start to place together by doing that.
Hey, can you grab a Monty Mole?
Yeah, so I'm actually going to give myself a little more room to work with here. I'm sliding the goal along the bottom. You can see I can actually slide this back. I can make my course
super short.
That could be my entire course right there.
Yeah.
Good job, Morgan. You did it.
I did it. Or I can slide this thing all the way to the right. And that sort of gives me sort of my maximum value right there.
And that's pretty long, but then you could drop a pipe in and make that subworld the maximum length too. So you basically have 2 full-length courses in one course.
And you also have a lot of verticality too, which is really neat. Let me put a few other elements in here. Nice. I'm going to shake these to show again what you can do. This isn't changing the gameplay right here, but aesthetically, you can really sort of be inspired by different things. Let's put another vine in a question block, just to show people the verticality. Oh, I gotta use my big jump here.
Nice.
You can see that it scrolls up about a full screen, so that.
One of the crazy. Let me check it real quick.
Yeah.
So we've been doing kind of a lot of simple stuff, but you can do some like really crazy like. Check this out. So I have an invisible question block. Oop. Let me put this guy down. Drop it on this. So it's going to be going back and forth, and within that, I'm going to drop a vine. Where's my vine at? There you go.
I have not seen this before yet.
And you can do some really crazy, like.
So that's an invisible block he plays, which you can't see unless you're in the editor.
So there it is.
There it goes.
And then this vine's moving back and forth, and I can be, dodging stuff with platforming. There's basically like the options are really limitless as far as like.
The options are limitless, and hop back into the editor. And what's really neat is that you can also use that verticality to. Because in all of the styles, in Super Mario Bros. You couldn't go right to left, but you actually can. So there's a few quirks that aren't necessarily one-to-one true to the original. But by doing that, you can make a course, where I could, you could go up at some point. So we make a little staircase here. You can see also that the way that it sort of fills in, it's really cool. Like you can,
yeah,
you can start to sort of feel like
kind of
you can feel like you're painting a picture. And you can even see like a flower popped up there.
Yeah.
As I'm going, and those are just fun little quirks. And if I really like that flower and want it up here, I can move it, which is neat because you don't want to clutter the editor with all these little things like flowers and bushes, but the game just sort of sprinkles them out and allows you to then take those little pieces and spread them around.
And that's just for visual flair here, right?
Yeah. So,
thank you.
I want to show off the ghost trail now real quick. Give myself a little more room to run. Switch it back to Super Mario Bros. And I did this really quickly in a segment yesterday, but I think it's worth showing again. I'm tapping in the bottom left next to the play button. You can see it flashing. It's that little ghost trail. And when it's turned on, when you do something like just run and jump, you can like see the ghost trail and start to place pieces together that allow you to plan things that you might otherwise have to do a lot of trial and error. But now that I know sort of how far that jump is going, I can start to plan for that. And I can start to, I've already got my turtle, my red turtle.
Right.
So I'm holding the L trigger, using this multi-grab to grab both of that. And I can hold then the ZL, grab that and dupe it, and move it up there because I've already worked with that element. See if this actually works together.
Looked like you held up a little bit. There you go.
And you can start to really place those things together. I'm actually going to switch it to and show that if that was sort of a theme you were working with and then you were really happy with it, you want to switch the game style, you know, things are still going to work. So let's actually, though, move this down here. Not sure if that's going to be the right distance, but I want to fill in the gap below that.
So you're going max speed right there, right?
Going max speed there. Move that over to there. That should do pretty good. Nice. So it's looking good. I've got, I can probably, oops, copy it, move it. And I showed something similar to what I'm about to do, but I really want to show off the fire bars because, again, there's only one element. It's just the fire bar.
You love your fire bars.
I do. And you can take these and things and make them super long.
Yeah.
Actually go faster when they're longer.
Yeah, or you can make it really short. Which is fun because you can actually use those as like as a platforming element. You know, you put a few of those together and you can actually sit there, use it as a platform where you might have to use this to get somewhere.
Right.
And wait, and you can hop over it. But
you can tap on it to change the direction as well.
Yes, you can. But what's really fun is that you know, if I were to put a bunch of these next to each other.
Yeah. This is one of my favorite little tricks.
I've got one element there.
And that looks cool.
It looks cool.
But
because you can change the rotation on these things, you know, if I take this one, click it down 2 notches, slide it back in, take one, click it down 2 notches, slide it back in, take this one. Again, I'm taking the last one that I had, moving it down 2. Oops, I think that was 3.
So as you're making these, this right here, I do want to mention that the first time I saw your course that showed this feature off, Morgan, was pretty mind-blowing. But the course that you made with this feature, oh, look at that lava wave.
You can see that when they come around the bottom, they've got a really neat sort of wave effect going on. And then I could go ahead and...
So you actually created a course like this in the castle theme.
So
folks at home can actually play it
things.
at Best Buy.
Right.
This Saturday, you can play one of Morgan's courses, actually. I believe it's called Lava Waves.
Right.
And
so get
that'll
yourself
be available
to
at Best Buy on
Waves.
Saturday from noon to 5 p.m. You can check e3.nintendo.com for a list of participating stores.
Yeah. And see,
so
now that I've
definitely
made
make sure to check that out.
Now that I've made these, I can actually grab them. I already put the work into sort of making that into a wave, and I can put them up top so that, you know, they're sort of up there hovering. Not sure if I put them high enough to avoid, but not even close. But you can then start to use that again. I'm actually going to put them down here at the bottom. Make that something that I'm jumping over. You can see those things coming together. I actually didn't jump properly that time.
Too early.
Yeah.
Nice.
And now I've got another, I can sort of keep working on my course with another bit of blank slate.
So if you're going to place an enemy, can you humor me for 1 second and choose an enemy? You know that thing where certain enemies didn't exist, like in Super Mario Brothers, where they were added to the series later, but they have a version in Super Mario Brothers graphic style.
Yeah,
I mean, like the
Boo, there was never a ghost in the original.
Or Magic Koopa is another one.
Or Magic Koopa.
Magic Koopa riding a Wiggler.
You can actually take the ghost and shake it when he's in small form and make it into one of those circling ghosts, which are that's a fun thing to play with.
Going.
No, I'm gonna get Magic Koopa out of there for a second. What's crazy about these ghosts, these circling Boo Buddies, is you can actually put one of these tracks down. And
yes, this is
you can sort of see it click in.
And you can put basically anything on one of those tracks.
Anything.
I had no idea for a while that you could drop enemies onto those tracks there. That's super cool.
And you can, I can.
The chain chomps are my favorite on those.
Yeah, and
the
super
amount of
deadly.
things you can attach to the rails is like ridiculous. So I can have that guy who's gonna walk along there.
Right. We didn't have chain chomps in original Super Mario Brothers either, but
you did not.
Now we do.
It's actually funny too because the chain chomps, you could you could ground pound them to break them free, but there's no ground pound in the original Super Mario Brothers.
You can actually shake the chain chomp though. And he's now an unchained chomp.
Uh-oh.
That's actually official terminology. Attach those. And now they like
just hang there.
They're just dangling.
They're just dangling. And you can see the physics of them sort of starting to...
You can drop those off the track too, and then they kind of come after you.
Yeah, if you were to tap the end of that track, it's gonna break the end off. So anything sliding on that track will fall off at the end.
Yeah.
So you can do platforms that'll fall off and like time jumps.
Let me put those guys on this other side. Change the arrows. Tap the end of that track. They will fall off, and I think I can actually, if I put another track.
Yeah.
I think those guys will. Some of this stuff, I don't even know how all this stuff works, despite me a lot of times.
And I think Morgan could probably make a course.
I think these guys are gonna. Oop, a little bug in my course right there.
We've got a couple other things to show, so we're gonna have to wrap up course making eventually.
Yeah. We're gonna move on to a real treat here in a second. So you're gonna see these guys.
Nice.
And the things you can do by placing stuff like that together is just so cool. But we've got a real treat now where I'm gonna go back to my original question blocks and talk about Amiibo functionality. And Corey's actually going to walk us through some of that.
Cool.
So Corey, why don't you take these question blocks and show us what you can put in a question block once you tap an Amiibo.
All right. So we do have some Amiibo in front of us on the table here. Morgan, do you have one you think it'd be cool to tap in first?
Yeah, I think I'm going to go with Marth here.
Marth? All right.
So
I'm going to just tap
And actually, I'm going to switch you back to Super Mario Bros.
All right. So just to confirm, I'm just going to go ahead and tap the Amiibo to the gamepad there.
All right. Hey, it's Marth.
It's Marth. So
it's 8-bit Marth.
Thank you. This is actually a costume of Marth here. And you'll see I can tap him with the stylus now. And I can move him over. I think Morgan had a mushroom in here, super mushroom. I'm actually going to change that over to a Marth. And just see what happens if I push play. And so this is a new item called the Mystery Mushroom.
Little Fire Emblem
sound effect?
note there.
So I've actually turned into what we're calling Costume Mario. So Mario looks like Marth now, and he takes on the power of Super Mario. So he can still break brick blocks, but you actually have unique animations, unique sound effects. This one right here is still Mario, but if I push up, you actually have a pose of Marth.
Yeah.
There's no actual gameplay benefit of doing this other than it just looks awesome.
Why don't you switch it to water real quick?
I'm going to just switch your course to water so you can show some of those water animations. But I'll have to move myself back. Oops.
And so each costume Mario is going to have its own unique set of animations and sprite graphics as they move around. You can see Marth is getting his swim on
Let's see if I fail real quick.
I heard that slash.
Yeah. And the sound effects are another super cool aspect.
Let's tap in a few more, but just so we can see sort of the treat of when these guys actually. I'm gonna move my end back to right there, just so Corey has a very, very simple course to get through here.
I want to hear at some point before we're done Wii Fit Trainers sound effects because those are super cool.
So go ahead and tap in another one. And we do need to point out that these Costume Mario's character skins, these are pixel skins in, these are pixel skins that work in the Super Mario Bros. Art style.
Right.
So we'll go ahead and tap her over. Push play.
If you switch to the other game styles, these aren't going to work. They are pixel skins to use.
There you go. You got to stretch out a little bit before you do your jumping.
Down. Come on.
So pay attention to those sound effects you're hearing.
Down.
I love that.
Should I try to jump? I'll just go halfway.
Up, down, up,
down. Did you hear it?
Yeah, I heard it.
And it's crazy that they've implemented all these different sounds and animations, considering how many of these are being supported, you know?
Motor stylus.
Yeah.
I actually want to do one last thing here with the 30th anniversary Mario. This is just something I did yesterday. It was really fun, which was breaking, just hiding the goal pole.
What are you doing, Corey? You're out of control.
Why don't you put in, we've got a few minutes here, so actually, why don't you stretch that out a little bit and just put a few more. Why don't you take about 30 seconds, Corey? Move the goal pole over to the right.
A little bit more.
And then,
let me.
Oh, sorry, that all moved with it.
No, that's okay. I can do a multi-grab here. Quite a bit of items here. Move all that over.
Oh.
Because of we show this here. This anniversary Mario is a real treat because you can kind of see it's this big chunky.
It's kind of matching the Mario on your shirt there.
I want a Koopa Troopa. We'll make him giant, and that's fine. Who else do we want here? Let's do a Lakitu. Let's bring Lakitu in, but let's have Lakitu throw. What do you want him to throw? Maybe superstars. Maybe not superstars. I don't want to be too nice. I'll have him throw bloopers. And what else do you want? Maybe a Goomba?
Yeah, Bullet Bill maybe.
All right, let's do a Goomba. Couple Goombas.
You want to drop a Bowser in there, maybe? No, you don't have to. I don't want to tell you what to do.
I don't want to spoil too much yet, unless you guys want to see a Bowser. But let's go what do you say here? Maybe a Cheep Cheep. Just kind of down here.
And so what we're about to show off is when you scan the special 30th anniversary Mario, you get a power-up that you only get by tapping that Mario. And it's not something you would ever need to beat a course, but it's something that you can certainly have a lot of fun with. Well, and you could also make courses that could potentially only be beaten with it.
Go ahead and tap him in there,
I'm going to go ahead and tap this big dude.
Oh, yeah.
So that is, what do we call this, a big mushroom?
The big mushroom.
That's the big mushroom.
I'm going to go ahead and put that in the question block, and I'll just go ahead and push the minus button here, and I'm going to try to play it.
Yeah.
See if I can beat this course.
And we'd like to point out, just like the Costume Mario transformations,
right? You notice that CRT effect that you got on the graphics there? Mr. Tezuka was talking about that the other day. You might see a couple differences on the enemies too, so
gotta watch out for this blooper. What is going on?
You can do this, Corey. You got it.
It looks like a ROM hack right now. And again, and that big mushroom that only works in the Super Mario Bros. Style. We don't, just like the Costume Marios.
There we go.
Yeah.
Yeah. And look at him.
Get through there.
That's awesome.
That was great. That was a big finish, a strong finish.
I love that Mario trail.
So that's all the time you play the game. You can make, of course, which is when you make courses, or you can play. This is equally about making and playing. When I tap play, I go to Course World, and this is where when you upload courses you've made at home, they're all going to go there, whether you're playing the game in Japan or US or Europe. All the courses end up on Course World. And we're just going to grab some of these. We had a bunch of developers, or a bunch of the developers on the dev team. We had a bunch of people on the Treehouse make sample courses to bring to E3. So I'm just going to go ahead and load these courses up and give these guys a chance to play them. I haven't seen a lot of these. These guys haven't seen a lot of these. And hopefully between all of this, we'll just get a feel for what this game's all about.
And we're also going to get to cheer and or heckle
and
while
just so
they
you
play.
guys are seeing the online functionality, this is Course World. I've got featured courses. I've got courses that people have played and starred. And I've got up-and-coming courses. And I can sort. You can see on the left there, I can sort by global or local, all that stuff, easy, normal, expert. I'm going to start right here, though, with a fun one. This one's called The Adventure of Link. And we actually have a Wii Remote paired. So Ed is actually, I've still got the gamepad.
Right.
I'm kind of playing course DJ. Ed's going to be running through using the Wii Remote.
It's on you, Ed.
I'm Mario Maker 0 here.
So now it's time to heckle, right?
What is going on?
Oh my goodness.
I haven't seen this course.
And what's really neat is you can see some of the comments people have left. Again, we have a network we've set up here.
Oh, dear Lord. Already terrifying. Oh,
okay.
all right.
Oh.
Oh, nice. All right.
Be brave, Ed.
What are we doing here? All right. Thank you
Have
for the
courage.
arrows.
That's pretty solid so far.
Don't mess this up, Ed.
You're fine.
Oh, baby.
You never know what's going to come out of those.
Hey,
check it out. I like, all right, what do we,
He's
all
left
right,
spiral.
all right, hang on a sec.
All right, so.
And I'd like to point out, while Ed's working his way through this, I want to point out something. We showed
Get
amiibo functionality earlier, and
right.
so if we had tapped a Link amiibo,
careful.
somebody would have loaded, the creator of this course loaded a mystery mushroom and that had that Link costume and then uploaded the course. So it doesn't mean you have to necessarily have that amiibo at home to play as Link. You just have to be playing a course that somebody used their Link to add it to their course. And that same thing would apply to the big mushroom we showed off, that's 30th anniversary. If somebody made a course that you had to use that big Mario to bust through blocks, they would have added that to the course, so you're playing it with that already in there.
All right. That's awesome.
Oh, wait.
Ed's going backwards.
Where are you going, Ed?
I'm waiting.
So confused.
Turn around, run.
And I'll also point out that Ed gets one shot at this. As soon as he dies, he's passing the controller off, and we may just load up a different course.
right.
We're going to keep things moving.
He's obviously deeply confused by this dungeon.
I'm deeply. All right.
Go up.
Oh,
Wait,
did you
oh, wait,
see
what was that? That was awesome.
Do that again. Yes.
I wanted to do that. That's
Get the
all.
boot,
Oh my
get the
God.
boot.
Oh my God.
Oh, no, you're fine.
All right. Oh.
Don't be
The Link
scared.
sprite makes me
He's still
irrationally
alive. He's
happy.
still alive.
All right.
All those people died there.
And you can
There
see
we go.
all those X's along the bottom. I'm going to let
right.
Audrey take one more shot at this one just because this is such a fun one.
Audrey.
But Audrey, as soon as, if you don't make it, we're moving on to another one.
Oh, Ed, I got to start from scratch.
This
Yeah.
is not the Zelda, I know.
But I'm learning so much from watching them die.
All right.
Oh,
I couldn't
One more try,
That
one
was
more try.
so
Let's
quick.
try it
Wait,
again.
all
Let's
right.
try it again.
I already broke my own rule, but that was too fast. Because
Okay.
we're having fun up here, but we're also showing
We'll
off.
allow it.
All of these comments you're seeing are things that people who played these courses here live at E3 added those comments
Okay.
to the course, either while they were playing and picked that specific spot, or when they finished the course, they added a little compliment.
Oh.
Everything's fine.
All right. Don't break. Don't break.
Nice. Oh.
All right. Oh.
Oh my God.
You can't do that to us.
My nerves can't handle it.
And I also would like to make another point. I've seen some people, a lot of talk about this game online, people getting excited.
No.
Oh,
Yes.
it's worth it. It's worth it.
You can only upload courses to Course World once you've beaten them yourself. You cannot
Nice.
make an
Yeah.
unbeatable course.
That's awesome.
You as the maker must make a course, beat it, and then you can upload it.
Ah!
Go.
Oh.
You're going to want
Give me that
boot.
boot.
Get in the boot.
Yes. Oh!
Look at all of it. You can see all the X's. That is, all right, DJ. All
You're
right, we're moving
consistent
on.
at least.
Oh.
We're moving on.
What are you going to choose for us, Morgan?
I don't know. I learned
We're
so
moving
much
along.
from watching that stage. I felt really well prepared.
Let's see here. This one's
So I
called,
got to start from scratch.
There's a course called Body is Ready, by the way.
I'm going to give Rich, let's see here.
I want to point out when you were building your
We're going to
levels.
go to Super Mario World style.
Oh, good lord. When you were building your levels, I was the guy you went to when you wanted to see the dumbest way a person could find to die.
That's true.
So I'm going to be handing this over any second now. Yep, that was good.
Have faith, Rich.
Oh god, I'm not used to the physics. There we go. All right, I've got the hang.
Please grab it. Don't kick it.
Oh god, no!
Why would
no!
you?
All right, just do it.
Let it run. Run, boy.
I don't care.
You're fine. Everything's fine. Pass it on.
Yep.
Oh.
And there you have it, the dumbest
right.
way to die.
So there we are. A demonstration of what I bring to the table.
Run.
Oh, he's just going for it.
I don't feel so bad
Oh,
now.
I see. I get it.
You got farther, but
All right, we're good. I did that on purpose.
they're giving you
If you're
lots of
smart,
candy.
okay, so hold on, stop for a second. If you throw that straight up and then get underneath it, no, throw it up. It's your helmet. No, that's your helmet.
There you go.
Oh.
Get out of here. Where were my pro tips?
They wouldn't have helped.
They wouldn't have done nothing.
And again, I don't. You guys, it's hard to see, but I still have the gamepad. I'm the one that's sort of playing DJ here, loading up the courses. Eric's playing on the Wii Remote, so it can make it for a fun sort of party game experience by being able to do that.
So this was all about the hard hat. What? Oh, that's ridiculous.
You need that hard hat here.
What? No, this is bad.
Get out of there!
Everything's fine.
Well done.
Nicely done.
What was that?
What was that? All right, we're passing it to.
I don't even understand this game sometimes.
That was good.
All right, Smitty.
I got this.
Oh, it was even in the name. Hard hats required.
Yeah.
Well, fine.
I don't think I did that right. But
look for maybe a Mario 3 style.
Give me something hard, man.
Actually,
give me beetle surfing.
We showed this one earlier, but
did you?
on day one, but it's definitely worth showing again. This one actually inspired us as creators because we had never seen this. I think somebody on the dev team made this one.
Yeah.
And this one's just fantastic, and I think Eric knows what to do.
Wow. Don't. I'm gonna stand right over here.
Oh no!
It was a good try though.
I don't think that's
Pass it on,
Oh, it was a wrong
Good
picture.
shot.
There we go.
I don't think
Oh,
you do
there
it.
you
All right,
go.
We're
right.
sticking with the theme here of the Buzzy Beetle helmet.
Check us out. Check us out. Check us out.
It was a helpful little message
So,
there.
missed it. Timing's got to be perfect. So.
Oh!
You better get your helmet first. Oh no!
We'll give you another try.
Okay, I'm gonna give one more
Respect.
try.
I love watching the little arc of the deaths.
Actually, gonna
You would
grab
love
that.
watching.
Got to find that spot to stand for that helmet. And that first comment was a great example of somebody leaving a tip.
Oh!
Yeah.
It's a hard one. It comes so fast. No.
You could also just jump and get him, but whatever.
I thought you had it.
It's not as cool.
Okay, well, this might not.
At least make the little Donkey Kong jump sound.
Yes! Ah!
Slippery. All right, one more try.
He's already making excuses.
This one has a big payoff. I
Not good.
promise it's worth it. He's not going to get anywhere without that helmet, though. I know too much.
Dude. Does he need that helmet?
You're gonna need the helmet.
Oh, I am gonna need the helmet, aren't I?
Go.
No.
Good game.
GG.
You're going to get one more shot here, only because
it's worth it.
it's worth it. But this is your last shot.
All right.
This is your last try.
That's the spot. As soon as it goes.
Got
That
You
last
can do it.
last
Yeah.
attempt. Don't touch anything. Don't touch anything.
Oh, wow. Worth it.
Jump!
Maybe not.
You got
Maybe
too
not.
comfortable.
True.
And we're moving on.
He doesn't want to
Kendra.
spoil it for
We
everyone.
are moving on.
All right, we're going to do new course.
Yep.
Show us what you got, Kendra.
Do it, Kendra.
No pressure.
Let's see here.
No, none at all.
I'm gonna go. We haven't seen Underwater yet. That sounds kind of good. Captain Big Dry Bones.
I like the Bowser laugh they gave the title of that one up there.
I like this one. I can't resist. Captain Big Dry Bones.
Yeah.
They get happy with the title. I've never seen this one, so I don't know what I'm getting you into, Kendra. I'm sorry.
I'm going to select this one for you. I have no idea what's in it.
Okay.
You know, someone had to beat it.
All right.
Oh,
Everything's fine.
it's fine.
Wordball.
That didn't happen.
No.
Don't worry.
That did not happen.
The internet did not see it.
I feel very, very anxious.
Yes. Take that, Ribbon.
Nice.
Nice.
This one seems to take.
Oh.
Run, 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 run.
Oh, buddy. That's a lot of choices.
Aww. That's just mean.
Nice
Oh,
work.
hey. That worked out.
And this is a great example. I talked about this on some previous segments. The aesthetic value of this course is super high, and everything was done by. We didn't even have time to show all those details, and that's something people are going to discover for themselves. But the way that you place elements into the course, you have a lot of.
Go to the end.
You have a lot of freedom as an artist to sort of paint a course
wants
like
the
you would paint a
glory.
picture. I mean, somebody put a lot of work into these towers and those ropes and the portholes and everything.
Oh, no.
It's a trap.
I don't think you want to mess. Whoa.
Up and over. Oh.
Oh, nice. You
Oh.
lured him away.
Nice.
We'll use that later.
Oh, Yoshi.
The completionist.
Yes.
Run, buddy.
Oh, big finish.
Got the Yoshi. Nice.
That's
Nice
another
job,
great
Kendra.
example of Mario Maker. Like, Nintendo would never normally put a Yoshi right at the goal pole, but you can use stuff like that as like this flourish, just to like add these little elements like that. All right, we're moving on. Sam, I'll try to
All
find
right,
something.
Sam.
I'm gonna find either a Super Mario 3 or a Super Mario U
Trust these guys at all.
course for you. I'm gonna show off this. I'm gonna show off this sort here. I can actually, right now I'm on difficulty, easy, normal, expert. I'm gonna tap expert just to limit my field here. And that's not something that the creator would have done
Good choice.
when they were making the course. That's just sort of generated online by how many people have completed the course, completion rate, all that kind of stuff. Let's see, is that Mario 3?
Yeah, Morgan, I love that the person who creates the course can't just say, "Oh, this is an easy course for me," and label it as easy, but the actual rankings determine that.
So I promised I would do.
Giant Wiggler? What?
This is called Escape from Giant Wiggler. This one had me at the title. I couldn't resist it.
It's totally fine.
Oh God. Oh no. Oh no.
Oh, no. Oh, angry faces everywhere.
Why don't you take another shot? Why don't you take another shot at that?
Yeah, that's not a.
Find a different path here.
The music is so soothing.
It really is. I should be so relaxed right now. I should say I fully expect to see like Dark Souls level of trolling when folks actually get into the Miiverse messages.
Oh, no.
Oh no! Do it. That's a total. You cannot go into that door. That is a total troll.
Hi.
Oh, so angry.
Brutal.
That was painful.
I feel like it's worth one more shot at that. Third time's the charm.
Coming in? Oh no. All right, I feel good about the top area
Oh, that
here.
Wiggler.
This is good. All right.
He's just powering through it.
Oh, you're faster if you ride on the conveyor belt.
Oh no.
No.
Run! Swim! Ah. My life is pain and terror.
I don't even know how to steer around that.
Add one more
You can see you're not the only one, but at least by seeing where other people playing
All right,
it,
all
ran
right,
into
Dee.
trouble.
Demetrius.
I think I can get this one, actually.
Avenge me. Avenge me, Demetrius.
He's calling it ahead of time.
Let's see.
Oh,
This is a tricky part right here.
Hit
What's
A.
it?
Oh, God. Oh, buddy, dropping in.
Nice.
Oh, no. Oh, yes. It's glorious. Bad door, bad. I don't know which
Door
one that.
bad.
I'm not sure which one that comment is
Thanks
going
for the
to.
heads up.
Which
there.
one is they talking
Oh,
about?
what the?
All right.
What is Wiggler's problem? He's so angry.
You got to lure him up top, and then get back to him.
Run away, run away.
You can do it.
That's so disturbing.
Oh, all right. Oh, he's back at the
Oh,
start.
now they've got wings.
Oh, that one is
Great.
no.
No.
That is nightmarish.
Yes.
Come on.
Yes.
Yeah. Nicely done.
Oh, Wiggler with
Oh,
wings.
drop the
That was
Wii remote.
fantastic.
We're going to the back row.
Nice work, Demetrius.
Woo.
Yeah, nice one.
So it's cool because like right now you can see also like the way Course World works. It's sort of also recommending me some courses along the bottom. It's just the whole point of Course World in Super Mario Maker is just to, like if you just want to play, you don't feel like making something. It's just going to give you all sorts of options.
Man, that got a little bit bun clenching right there.
I'm gonna go back to all. I'm gonna try really hard to find something new. Super Mario 3. I like the idea of this one. This is called Eye on the P switch. So it's also a fun like metagame as the creator when you're labeling your course before you upload it. Like, do you title it something that's just has nothing to do with it? Do you title it something to like give a hint, or do you like totally troll somebody with the title?
This is gonna be a troll.
Oh, I see.
Oh.
That's sneaky.
All right, now I love that whoever created this course gave me a big hint with Eye on the P switch, just by naming their course that. I'm like, all right, I'll listen to you.
Oh my God! Well, eye on the prize. Eye on the prize. Oh no! Oh, nice dash run there.
This is some amazing level design.
This is. Oh, I got it. Okay. Good.
Nice. Yes.
Nicely
Oh, a little.
done.
All right. Very nice.
I like the coin.
All right,
key up
Tim,
there.
you're up.
Tim Elbow O'Leary.
Mic that guy up.
Yes. Now the world knows.
Ready to show his stuff.
Okay, Tim, you can press. This is the Wii remote, right? Yeah, you're good with that? You've played with this before? Oh, easy.
So I just changed this to easy for a reason, though. And I want to make
not
cool. No. No, because I have a special challenge for Tim. There's something that we actually learned this from Mr. Tezuka today. We actually didn't know you could do this, but since the Wii remote is paired, wait, hold on, Tim, wait for it. Since I'm using the gamepad, he's using the Wii remote to play. It actually has not disabled my run and jump commands. So how about you run, I jump. Or vice versa.
Yeah.
Watch out! Watch out!
Nothing can go wrong.
All right, I'll jump. All right, you run.
Oh, this is cooperation here. We'll see how that goes. Oh.
All right, up, to the right, go. All right, go on. That's all you. Oh, there you go. Oh, because you're on the ice block. You're burning out a little bit. All right, get me over there. No, you're cheating. No hands on. You can still jump. We could battle over the controls. Hands off the jump button there, buddy. All right, I'm going to jump. All right, 1, 2, 3. All right. 1, 2, 3. Yes. All right.
Nice.
Down.
Oh. Nice. Where's that jumping, Morgan?
Here. We want the boot. I'm going to...
Oh.
What are you doing?
There you go. Oh, there we go.
All right, I'm just going to constantly be... I'm just jumping like mad now. Oh. Just run. Just go.
Oh my gosh.
You can go back.
Fireball.
What? Fireball.
Oh yeah, I have fireballs too.
You're gonna need that boot.
No.
As a reminder, we have 2 people controlling Mario right now, which is a great idea.
All right.
They're just closing in on you.
No, Tim, give it one more. All right, Grant, you give it a shot by yourself. That was enough of that.
Back to 1 player.
Maybe that was not the course to try.
I had an excuse. I'm not going to try it where I don't have an excuse. I'm not like Grant playing.
But that's just a little treat. Like, I think Nintendo's famous for leaving these little Easter eggs in games and things like that. Because you can use the gamepad to make courses, have somebody on the Wii remote to play. Of course, they didn't turn off my controls. We can fight for battle. We were agreeing as a team to 1 person run, 1 person jump. We could have also just been fighting for control. And that's also something like I was imagining scenarios where parents, maybe with their kids, like were sort of helping them take turns.
Right.
And not having to pass the controller.
Well, I'm going to call this and say that Grant's going to get this right here.
He's got fireballs, and you got to use those fireballs, buddy.
He doesn't want to use them, though. He's got to remain pure.
Boots and fire. You got.
What are you doing?
He's not even going to bother with them. All right. There you go.
Oh, wow.
They just get bigger and bigger.
You're just making them angry.
When he's angry.
Nice. Oh.
It's all right.
Oh, very nice.
Nicely done, sir.
Hey, there we go.
Well done.
A new challenger approaches.
Who we've got? I don't even know how many people are up here right now.
Scott Gill.
And a couple more people.
For those who don't know, this is Scott Gill, another strong member on the
so
Treehouse team.
let me get my sword again. I've got one that I want to show off. This next one is. Let's see here. This one's great. We showed this on day 1, but it's worth another look at.
Oh. Nice.
All right. So I think you figured out a critical component of this course. Don't touch the controller.
The only way to win
is not to play.
Don't touch anything.
Hands up.
This is a little bit like War Games, where really the only way to win is not to play.
So whoever made this course put a lot of work in with the editor to link together all the elements, and it's like a Rube Goldberg style invention.
There you go. Oh, look at that.
Scott is on fire right now.
Oh, you're killing it right now.
How are you doing this?
Moonwalking on the edge.
Hey.
Nice.
Good job. Good job.
Let's see here.
That course is.
Yeah, give him. I have a little bit of a finishing flourish here, so I have a little treat for the. No, and we've got a couple guys who haven't played yet.
Yeah. Let him do one quick course here.
Let's see here. I'm gonna give you. Let me do it. We have to show something in. Let's see here. Here we go. Let's see. Here we go. We have not seen a Super Mario Bros. U, but we don't want to leave it out, so.
No pressure.
This was. Oh. This is called Haunted Coaster, and he just bailed right out.
I think it was called Pitfall.
Whoa.
A little slippery.
Watch out.
Oh, pass it on. Stay on that coaster. Stay on that coaster.
Oh, no. You can do it, John.
I think you're going to want to stay on that.
Riggs feeling bold.
He's got this.
All right, Rig.
Huh.
We're counting on you.
You're all right.
And you.
Nice. Oh. Oh.
This is such a weird course.
Yes.
Nice.
That's a really weird course.
So it comes down to like 2 perfectly timed jumps. One at the start, one at the finish.
All right, so I'm going to give you. You are actually going to be sort of on a team right now with Eric because I have a big finish plan, and I'd like you guys. Is that cool if you and Rick team up on this?
Yeah, let's do it.
So first, I'm going to hop back to my course spot. I'm hopping out of Course World back to the local courses I have saved on this machine. I have the NWC courses here, and I want to have these guys take a shot at NWC 1 because Eric and John put a lot of work into planning. But we've already all seen that. We've seen NWC 1. And it wouldn't be fair for them to just get to play it like what they've seen. So how about we take NWC 1, change it to Super Mario World, and then I'm actually going to change the sub-world to Castle. Save that.
Oh, you're making me nervous.
What is this madness?
And the reason I just saved it is so that I can actually have these guys play it, as if not play through the edit mode, but actually play it from the start, where if they die, they have to go back to the start. So this is the debut of NWC1 Super Mario World style.
All right, Rig.
You can do this.
Make us proud.
You got past the first Goomba, so we're good.
Remember the rule, don't trust question blocks.
Don't trust. Have you learned anything? Don't trust question blocks in Morgan's courses. Oh, this is so trippy to see this.
You really want to. You really want to.
Well done.
No, you got this one.
Well done.
It's a good thing you got that
I feel like he
coin.
knows what's coming, and he's just sort of like, I don't really want to get to the hard part.
All the monstrosity.
Don't worry about them.
I really like how surprised the blooper looks up there. He's like, what is going on with my life?
Who am I?
I love what you did with the wave there. Oh, good.
Oh, no. You're done. This is going to be... We're not leaving E3 until Eric beats this course. I'm sorry, but...
E3 forever.
Yeah.
I hope everyone brought sleeping
We could be here all year.
We'll see you next E3. Everybody.
Break out the emergency rations.
Oh! I skidded out. Don't worry. It's fine.
Don't worry.
It's fine. I tried to do it too fast. That's one for Rig.
Oh.
Starting to sweat a little bit about this.
motor. Okay.
It's coming.
I'm just going to give you a tip. Don't hesitate at this point. You're going to want to get past these.
Oh, no. I tried to make a choice. Can't. All right.
That's 30-second bonus to rig.
No hesitation. You got to just go for it.
I've always loved how Mario puts his arms out when he runs really fast. Like, I just do this.
Buddy,
You're waiting too long.
Buddy.
Oh.
Nice.
That's what I was
Nice.
Whoa.
All right, you got this.
It's so weird seeing this
You
in
can do it.
Super Mario World.
You know this part. You helped me make this part. You can do it. Big finish.
Nice.
Big finish.
Do it.
Oh.
Don't miss the
Yes! Yes!
Nicely done, Zach.
I got to get the whole point shower. I just got to get all of it.
He's how he wants it all. He's freestyling right now. Yes.
In the golden glory.
Yes.
Nice.
All right. Well,
Nice work.
We will be back in just in a little bit. But before I do that, I want to remind all of